Well, I am totally unavailable to stream because my body is not in stream. Feels good, doesn't it? Hold on. Let me do again a little hocus pocus. Hope y'all are well, by the way. Give me 1 second, just having a little bit of technical issues. Don't worry, nothing I can't fix. Watch this. Very easy. 3, 2, 1. Point 2. Point 3. Anytime now, please, and thank you. Can you do it? Come on, man. You got it. Come on. I can do it. Yeah. There you go. Got it in. For some reason, it always does that. Like, it changes. It doesn't register the sprout thingy that I set up. It's so weird. I know, tech issues can be weird sometimes, just like the whole sake of technology. But hey, you gotta love it because we can't live without it. How is everyone doing, by the way? Apologies, y'all, for starting late. Had a little bit of personal things I had to take care of, but I'm good. Just very exhausted. Not like mentally exhausted, more like physically, because it was super hot outside. And not gonna lie, I was craving for some ice cream. And to be fair, I had some sweets, which gave me a little bit of energy back because it's so hot outside, y'all. Like, I mean, it's normal because summer is approaching, and even though it's not summer here in Malta, it is extremely hot. And it's really, really hard to go out in the summer and all. I know some countries, it's really cold outside, and it's really nice and overall, and not gonna lie, right now I would love to be in your country just so I can feel the cold breeze. Because here, with the high humidity, it is really, really hot. So all the people out there living in really hot weather right now, please make sure to hydrate, eat some ice cream, and overall just watch me scream. Because hopefully my screams will distract you from the absolute existing hot pain that we're going through, also known as the sun. Hopefully, we'll live to see the other day before we melt like the snowman or snowwoman or whatever you wanna be. But overall, yeah, I'm happy. Good to see you guys as always, and I can't believe that we just finished Xenoblade last time. That was one hell of a beautiful experience. I am so excited to continue our journey. More new games, more new experiences. Hopefully, get to meet more fans out there, and just continue making content elsewhere with whatever gameplays we go through, including even like showcases that we've did. And I think that Anime Showcase has been one of the most awesome showcases out there. Not gonna lie, y'all. Like, from all the showcases that you guys saw with me, like the now there's like the Summer Feast coming up very soon. I think it's probably today, if I'm not mistaken. And I know a lot of people are reacting, but let me ask you all one thing. What is your favorite showcase and why? Which one did you like this year? I think if I talk game-related, I would probably say the Nintendo Direct. That was really good, I have to say, because a lot of people are just flying out of their houses to go to a local gaming store and just trying to find a Switch 2. And believe it or not, Switch 2 is like flying off the shelves because a lot of gamers are just hyped up as shit to buy it. And I'm gonna be honest, even I'm hyped up. The problem is here, everywhere you try to find a Switch 2, it's sold out. So, it's crazy. It got hacked in 5 hours? I mean, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. You know what? That is why sometimes I say we can't rush to have things, you know? It's the same thing that happened with Windows 11. You know how many people are excited and they were like, oh, Windows 11, it's so good. And then what happens? It got so much bugs. There was a lot of performance issues because of the number of bugs they had to fix. So on. That's why usually I love to wait. Because as much as I'm hyped, to tell you the truth, I really always wait to see what patches they can do. No, actually, there were people that were excited, believe it or not, Moonman, but those kind of people were not aware of the technical issues because a lot of people assumed, especially those that are not tech savvies like me, they assumed that Windows 11 would actually contribute to better performance, because that's what in paper, that's what Windows 11 was expected, pretty much. So Windows 11 was expected to make, quote unquote, the GUI look better. So when the GUI not only, quote unquote, looks better, they were also how the whole reason that a lot of companies are upgraded to Windows 11 is two reasons. Number one, it's because it's going to be out of support very soon till October. So a lot of people, if they want to keep security intact, they have no choice but to upgrade Windows 11. On the contrary, it does contribute to a little bit better overall stability due to fixes that they did. However, the concern with it is that they will be patching it up for security patches and all that stuff. But the thing is we don't know what actually is going to happen in a few months' time with this operating system, because while it generated a lot of good, it generated a lot of bad as well. There was a lot of bugs, there were a lot of unnecessary complications that they did. To give you an example, you know what sucks about Windows 11, I can tell you right now. When you have a dual setup, you know, like, you can't go to your secondary monitor to click your calendar. You have to go to your primary calendar, to your primary monitor. So, for example, if you have 4 monitor setup, like a lot of gamers with a lot of money do have, or like myself, I'm not that really rich of a person. I just have a dual setup, which is the standard nowadays. You cannot open your calendar on the second monitor. It won't work. It will only allow you in the primary, which is not a big deal, but there are some unnecessary extra tabs that you have to go through. For example, you have to go to one tab to change a setting, and then you have to go to another setting to change another setting, and another one to change something else. Instead of making it into one big GUI tab where you can click on it and see everything, they separate it into little mini tabs, and there is too much things where you have to go through each and every single one. In my opinion, I think they did overcomplicate it a little bit, though. That's just them, though. It also has lied about security because, according to some posts, Windows 11 does in fact steals your information, so don't use Windows 11. That is not entirely correct, Husky, because I will tell you why. We have to keep one thing in mind. Like, this is coming from someone who actually know about this. So, the whole reason enterprises would upgrade Windows 11 is because they deliver when it comes to security patches. So, security patches from Microsoft itself, they always deliver. So, information is always obtained from the user themselves. So, when you install an operating system and you set up whatever your credentials and so on and so forth, Microsoft ultimately, with the license that you have for your operating system, they will always have information of your device. Any Microsoft operating system that you have via the license, they will have the data information stored over on their server. So realistically, is that any Microsoft user, whether you have Windows 10, Windows 9, whatever, they still have that data. Because you're logging in through you're using their license to access their services. You have your operating system installed on your computer. That's ultimately, and you, for example, all the cookies that you accept and creating an account and so on. Ultimately, they have a copy of that data somewhere. So it's not about stealing, because they're not stealing. You're agreeing to their terms. So they have your data whether you like it or not. And it's the same thing with any other consoles. For example, the Nintendo Switch is the same thing. Why do you think there's a lot of regulations for the Nintendo Switch? It's because there's so much rules that they're trying to cover their ass so that the user have almost no reason to get back of them if something happens. And it's a lot of hassle for the user because it almost kind of like steals away any potential, like, quote-unquote rights for us to say, for example, hey, we have no option to do this, but most of the responsibility is on the user. And if anything happens, it's on them, even though it can be something that it might not be the user's fault. Like, for example, You update your Switch and it bricks. Or something happens. Like, it's not really rare because like anything technology-based, anything can go wrong. And you update something and then it goes wrong, it bricks. And then there's this stupid policy that tells you, hey, if you bricked it, that's your responsibility. The big thing that might happen is you will not get a refund because the fault is on you, and they won't issue a replacement, which these things happen, by the way. And I don't agree with it, because from an update software perspective, from a software side, it can go easily wrong. It's not the first time, for example, somebody does like a Windows update and something goes wrong. Or the worst case scenario, which happens to a lot of people. And this is, to be fair, this is part of it the user's fault, but I see people do it. They try to do a BIOS update, flash update, when it's like thunderstorm outside. And they're doing the update in the riskiest of time. And then what happens? The power cuts out, and you're in like middle, like you're halfway on the update. And then what happens? Your motherboard gets bricked, and there's nothing you can do to make it work. You just throw away the motherboard. You might be lucky that the motherboard might come with something called dual BIOS. But not every motherboard comes with that. So you might be unlucky enough to say you bricked it once and you fucked it up and now you have to buy a new motherboard. And you're screwed. So, I don't know. Like, to be fair, I'm not happy with Windows 11. To be honest with you guys. No, not even a reset button. Trust me, Moonman. If that worked, like a lot of companies, a lot of industries, they wouldn't pay millions to fix issues like this. Like, if that was simple, a lot of people wouldn't spend money to get motherboard replacements. Unfortunately, they're trying to make it a bit safer for newer generation motherboards, which is how it should be. But unfortunately, it depends on the device. Because keep in mind, if you have an enterprise server, that's one thing. If you have your own personal PC, that's another. So there's quite a bit of difference from safety features to price points and all that stuff. So yeah, it's a lot of things to consider. But all I will say is that anyone out there upgrading to Windows 11, do it at your own risk. And if I were you, if security is your concern for your device, especially when you have important data, you should upgrade to Windows 11 because they do actually patch up more security updates. And the fact is, your PC will be vulnerable to any new cyber attacks. So if you don't upgrade your operating system by the end of support, you'll be risking yourself big time for cyber attacks, especially regardless if you have a powerful encryption or any like very highly powerful security software. Keep in mind that when you keep things not up to date, the vulnerability is there. So always update your stuff, y'all. Always do it. Your phone, your consoles, your PC. Make sure everything is updated and don't leave it for months. Update it immediately. Because trust me, it's for your own protection. The least thing you want is someone to hack your device and lose all your data, and they might steal more than that. So trust me, just be careful out there, y'all, because there's a lot of cyber attacks, and you need to seriously just consider the fact that your data could be at a high risk, especially if you're not keeping yourself up to date. So just keep that in mind. Speaking of computers, I got a side job for salvaging through PCs that people don't use, and the best part is I keep all. Oh, that's really awesome. Nice. That's really cool, Husky. That's awesome. Yo, you know what I really would like to buy? I would like to buy, maybe not now, but in the future, pretty much a 1 terabyte M.2 Samsung EVO 760. I mean, it's a very powerful SSD, which of course you're very unlikely gonna see that in any side devices, or especially, to be fair, it depends. If on a server you would see that, but there's something even more powerful than M.2 SSDs, but on normal PCs, very unlikely. Unless it is a gaming PC, that's a different story. But, I mean, if you're doing it as a job, I doubt that people will have gaming PCs. They will just either have a normal server Depends on, to be fair, it depends also the size of the company. That also makes a big difference on what kind of servers they should host their environment on, which, contributes to a lot of things. But yeah, pretty much that's up. But also, hope you're enjoying your job, Husky. Also, let me know if you find a 24 gigabyte. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Although, if you find an RTX 4080 Ti, I won't mind take it. Nah, you won't find that. That's literally a fucking killer 4K gaming graphics card. Like, no chance you're gonna find that. That's $1,000 graphics card. No chance you're gonna find that. I would be surprised if people have money to burn, because if they have money to burn, they could just donate. Oh, man. Of course, you're gonna keep it for yourself. Yeah, I mean, good luck. Unless you end up finding a computer that was thrown away by a multimillionaire person, trust me, you'll probably find two 4080 Ti's, and those are like $1,000 each. So, if you get lucky enough to find that, you just hit the jackpot, but I doubt that you're gonna find someone who has that money to spend on a PC that they don't even use for gaming. So, hashtag doubt. But go for it. You might get lucky. Mine is a reset button or switch to Linux. Linux is nice, not gonna lie. Linux is great. However, the problem with Linux, there's too many things unsupported. That's the downside of Linux. Linux has too many things which are unsupported. That's the disadvantage of Linux. Otherwise, like, if you run, for example, like Ubuntu, which is pretty cool OS, you run a lot of applications, but there's quite a lot of restrictions as well with Linux OS. Like, there's a lot of applications which you cannot run them on Linux, sadly. Which is pretty interesting. By the way, is everyone all right? Ace, Moonman, Husky, overall, all the people that are here, Froggo, thanks again for the lurk. How is everyone, by the way? You guys good? You guys happy? And Bowser, thank you for being here, by the way. I appreciate you a lot. But yeah, thank you guys. I really am enjoying the conversation. We're talking about computers and ice cream. We were talking about a lot of stuff, and I love it. Frickin' love it. Tired? Understandable, understandable. But I hope that overall you guys are happy. That's the most important thing. And we're gonna go on to Vupechat, and I'm gonna leave it running in the background. Maybe we'll be lucky that we'll meet up. There's only 2 users online, which is kind of... I think I might have to switch up the scheduling for Vupechat, because I noticed that this is the second time I did it on Friday, and there's not many users on Friday. It's so weird, because I thought on Friday usually there's a lot of people. Or maybe I can switch it up on the weekends. That would be nice. But for some reason, a lot of people are not available on Friday. Because usually a lot of people on Friday, they take it as leave. Or they... I don't know. Or because of the weekends coming up, they work lesser hours. I don't know. I just assumed that a lot of people would be available on Friday. But I guess, I'm so used to seeing such availability for people in Malta, because they usually take Friday off, that I just forgot that not everyone out there can have that flexibility to take Friday off so they can have a long weekend. Because some people also work on the weekends, and I forgot about that. And I know that because I used to work as a chef, and I know that for us, anything that is considered taking leave or anything like that is a bloody miracle. Why? Because unfortunately, when you're working as a chef, you have leave. But the thing is, it's much more hassle to flexibly take leave, because they have to cater who's going to take your place when you're not there. And the downside is that chefs work as long as people are in the restaurant. At least most restaurants, that's how they do. Some of them, they also has a fixed time. Like they work, from example, from 8 till 10 or 11. Depends on the restaurant. But there are some restaurants which they stay open till all the customers are gone. So even if they get customers late, they have to cater for them. And trust me, it is really difficult. And I love like cooking and all that, but being a chef is a whole new commitment. It's hard, but man, it's truly fantastic. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get this up. So everybody, are you all ready to meet some new VTubers on Vupechat? You guys ready to watch this in action? Let's go! Time for some Vupechatting with the VoopTubers. Let's meet some people, have a great conversation. If you guys have any questions, you're welcome to ask some questions. So you're very welcome to do so. And yeah, we're just gonna vibe. We're gonna have a great time. So hope y'all are ready. We're gonna have a nice, chill, fun stream today. So we're just gonna have a nice conversation and all that. You're doing Unreal Engine stuff? Hey, yo, that's awesome. That's really awesome. So you work... What project are you working on Unreal Engine, if I may ask? That is so cool. Unreal Engine is such a complex and powerful engine. So many companies, like AAA companies, they made phenomenal games with Unreal Engine. They were so good. It's like you're watching a movie. It's peak cinema using this powerful engine. Because the potential to create masterpieces with this powerful engine is huge. The downside is that it's very complex. So you need people with proper good knowledge to make stuff. So it's really difficult, but it's a powerful engine. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. Like, as soon as I saw 2 users, I was like, that's kind of interesting. I thought a lot of people would be online on Friday, but it turns out it's not the case. So that's the thing. Like, I was very surprised that this is the second time that I tried it out to see how it goes. And it turns out that not many people actually be online on Friday, which is kind of surprising. But either way, you know, like, for me, it's all about getting a chance, and we're still gonna take this opportunity anyway to meet people if we can and have fun. So we're just gonna find out and see from there. So hopefully we'll meet people. But yeah, overall, just having fun, so we're still gonna have the opportunity to meet some people. So, we'll see. If we don't meet people, that's okay too, because we'll still have a nice conversation and we can do other things in the meantime. So, not really biggie. We can still have fun, y'all. You like designing stuff? That's awesome. That is really cool. What are you designing? What are you designing on, Moonman? Are you able to share that information with us? Because I love to hear what people are working on. You know, I love learning new things. I love, like, getting to know what they're on, like, what they're doing and on about. You know, it's pretty cool. It's pretty intriguing stuff. Oh, yo, if we meet Plank. What a very interesting character that mimics exactly the Plank's behavior. Like, this person mimics the Plank's behavior so accurate. Like, but in a humorous way, you know, in the way that you don't expect him to be like that, because Plank is not known to be a comedic character, because he's just an imaginary friend for a character called Jimmy. Oh, sorry, not Jimmy, Johnny in Ed, Edd and Eddy in the cartoon show. And I always loved how they portrayed Plank as this really realistic being that actually does stuff and can sometimes trigger like karma against people that does try to do harm against Plank. And because a lot of people might seem, oh, he's just nothing but a Plank. But then realistically, like, he's an imaginary friend and he can do a lot of shit. And that's the thing. And you know what really made that so hitting is because a lot of people had a really hard time like when they were growing up. A lot of people were having a hard time making friends, and sadly I was one of those children. And a lot of people back in the days, their self-esteem was so low and they were so shy that unfortunately they didn't have the determination or courage to make friends with other kids because they felt like they were easily getting judged or bullied, or a lot of unfortunate stuff that happened, and for some people just felt it off better to have an imaginary friend, which still helps them mentally. And believe it or not, it wasn't as crazy as people thought, because deep down I always felt like having that imaginary friend, for some people that struggle a lot with confidence, actually helped them a lot, because they imagine this friend. It kind of helped them to build their self-esteem slowly with something they were comfortable with. And then they slowly started finding someone which can actually understand this person and start building slowly a conversation. So it may seem weird and all for a lot of kids, but believe it or not, that was not actually a bad thing. On the contrary, it was a very healthy thing. Because if you try to put a kid in a group of 10, you'll just traumatize the kid. Like that, if you're putting someone that is an introvert with an extrovert-like group, you're just gonna make that person feel more scared and just run away and just not gonna be happy, or just gonna be incredibly shy, and it's not gonna help that kid, you know? It's only gonna make it worse. Like, you have to start slowly. You have to start taking those little mini steps. And that's what I always thought, that maybe it wasn't such a bad idea to have this imaginary friend, especially when being at the age of 4, and you start building that conversation slowly with yourself, and then you have the motivation to speak to someone that you might feel connected to. Because, I'm going to be honest, I was not an extrovert like this, guys. When I was young, I was hella introvert. I got bullied. I was made fun of. I had almost no friends. And it's not because I didn't try. It's not because I was not confident. It's just communication would have been a problem. Oh, here we go. Here we go, everybody. Have fun. Hello.
Just keep.
Did you hear me? Hello? Oh! Oh no! No! Oh, I think that was an internet issue. Oh, that's unlucky. That's unlucky. All right, we'll get another chance to find someone. That's unfortunate. But yeah, as I was saying, not everyone had that confidence, sadly. So, unfortunately for me, I always wanted to make friends when I was young, but I was just very a basic child. Like, I would just use the same words over and over because my vocal skills wasn't that great, and I struggled a lot to have conversation, and I still do to this very day, and I'm literally 26 years old, and it's hard, y'all. Like, especially the fact is, with my disability, it makes it very difficult, and it's not that I let it get to me because I've been really improving a lot lately, but it doesn't mean that the challenge is still not there, you know?
What the hell keeps happening?
Hello! Hi!
What is this?
Hello? Are you okay? Are you good? Oh! Oh, no. Okay, that's definitely an internet issue. Oh, that really... I feel that. That is how I used to stream. Like, I hate it when that happens. You're trying to have a nice voice chat or voice call, and then your internet cuts out. That's the worst. That's such a worst. And this reminds me back on the old days. Aw, man. That's unfortunate. But yeah. What about you guys? How was your childhood like? In a very non-descriptive, in a very short way. How would you describe your childhood? Was it okay? Was it very bad? Was it good? Were you lucky? Were you unlucky? How was your childhood when you were young? Like, when you were in school, like in primary school. If any of you remember what it was like when you were young in primary school, how do you think your experience was when you were still young? Oh, here we go again. Attempt again. Here we go. Hello? Everything all good?
I don't know why it's doing this. It's really irritating.
Oh. Oh, hello!
God bless.
Is everything okay?
Hello?
Hi there.
You're a purple. Oh, cool.
Yep.
Okay. God, I don't know why it always freaking glitches whenever I like click off the freaking Voop,
Mm-hmm.
and then it just like I don't know. I think my computer just hates me.
Nah, could be the internet as well. Could be a lot of things. Oh no! Oh no! No! Damn it! Internet speed! Oh no! Internet being something. Also, Voop Surge! Voop Surge! That just happened. I mean, we have to scream when we see Voop Surge, otherwise it wouldn't be Voop Surge if we don't scream. Let's be real, chat. Come on now. We have to scream and amp up the energy about Vupechat. We're literally switching up with people. By the way, for those of you who might ask me this, Voop Surge, just for you guys to know, the purpose of it is to basically every few minutes, if I'm not mistaken, it allows people to automatically go back into the randomizing stage, so it helps people connect with different people, if that makes sense. Here we go. Hello again.
I don't know if it's because I hit the escape button or there's a Voop Surge. I couldn't tell. I can't tell.
Is everything all right now? Everything all good?
I feel like that's a relative term, but yes, currently yes.
How are you besides the whole internet thingy that you had?
Well, I mean, funny story. That's actually part of my lore. I am awful with technology, but
Mm-hmm. But you're in luck because I happen to be a technical support worker, so
cool.
I actually happen to know about technology, despite how complex and how annoying it can be. Same time, I'm like, nice to have that knowledge sometimes, because I hate having to spend 3 weeks paying someone to fix something that I know I could potentially fix in less than 2 weeks. Just me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just like that. I'm a crazy tech person. But I'm glad at least you managed to get the internet issue under control.
Yeah, for now at least.
Yeah, there's a lot of tech issues been happening lately since the whole update thingy they did from Twitch's side, which is a little bit strange.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, that's
I never really used Twitch much because it's too complicated for me.
I mean, fair enough. I mean, to be fair, there's so much research about a lot of things. About like, when you're growing as a creator, you end up doing so much research about games, about algorithm, about how to set it up, about how to make things work, and it's a lot of things to set up at first.
Yep.
But overall, I mean, as long as you enjoyed the process, I think that's the most important thing in any hobby, despite how the complexity and the annoyance of it.
If anything else, it's a good level of how to judge your temper. It's like, okay, if this is making me annoyed, then that's probably I need to
shut it down. Shut it down.
Yeah.
Like,
or find a different outlet.
Like, I had enough of this. Modem, you're not working with me today. My internet is slow. I had enough of you. Shut it down. And just watch YouTube instead on your Wi-Fi or something. And just...
Well, if the Wi-Fi might be is sometimes usually the problem, so I'm like, well, okay, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just curl over and go back to bed.
I feel that.
Not really. I wish I could do that, but I can't.
I do that a lot of times. I'm like, I just don't have the spoons to deal with tech sometimes, because it's so weird. Like, you update something and then another thing breaks, and then I'm like,
yep.
But why? I just updated you. How did you break in 2 minutes? Like, what happened now?
But why?
Like, why does it always have to be like this? Every time something becomes better, there's always 10,000 more problems alongside with it. Like, why?
Oh, yeah.
It's so annoying. It's in fact, I've been having a conversation with chat about Windows 11, and my God, it's what a night. Like, there's a lot of complexity and bugs and problems, and holy, it's so complex that it's annoying. It's annoying. It's an interesting subject, but it's annoying at the same time.
Yeah.
Especially upgrading it. I can't even explain how many times I had a problems with Windows. I just upgraded and then it just gets stuck, and sometimes it gives me the blue screen of death, and I'm like, oh shit.
Oh.
It's like, oh no, what happened? Did I break my PC? Did something go? Did something get corrupted? What now? But it's Windows. Windows being Windows.
Oh god, it looks like I'm not even playing, like, because I'm not blinking for some reason. My camera's a little glitchy right now, so it just looks like I'm just dead-ass staring at you. I'm like, no, I'm listening, I swear.
You are 100,000% focused. That's what you're doing right now. But, overall, been good. What about you?
I'm focused.
Oh my goodness. You know what? That's even better. I'll take that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Totally not scary. I promise.
It's like, man, it's like, yeah, I'm awake. I'm awake.
That is what happens when you drink 10,000 buckets of coffee. Like right there, people.
Yeah, coffee doesn't do anything to me. It's just placebo effective. Oh god, I'm dying. I'm huge.
I wish that was the same thing. Coffee is super effective for me. It's like one of those weird Pokemon moments, like when not effective for that type, but super effective for me and super effective for someone.
It could just be because of my ADHD, probably.
Interesting.
Okay, you know what? My expression is freaking me out. I'm gonna turn that off real quick.
I love it. I really love your model, though. Really, really cute.
Thank you. I actually designed it myself, and I also had help, fixing it up.
Wow.
But
that's very impressive. I love that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I wish I had the patience and the and the knowledge to make the artwork myself. Mine was actually commissioned by a really fantastic artist that also worked part of the Aspen Hotel team. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Such a cool legend.
Yeah. Fortunately, I am not. I'm still trying to work up some funds so I can get fully rigged. I'm I have to be careful because if I move myself around with the camera, I literally will just look like how do I say this? A half freaking
a demon.
I'm just like a half body just floating there. I'm like, oh right. I'm not fully rigged. I'm just a half floating body.
Yeah, so that makes two of us. I literally have rigged. Like nobody can see my feet. My feet is off limits. Sorry, chat. No feet.
Yeah,
no feet.
I don't. Yeah, I don't have a lower body. I'm just a half. I don't.
I think, in my opinion, that's a question a lot of people ask me. Is like, why don't you have a low? I told them because for me it's irrelevant. You're not paying attention to my lower body, so why should I have a full body on screen when it takes literally a quarter of my screen? And it's not like I'm using it for merch. So, who cares about feet? Feet is fine. It's cool, chat. Like, it's not gonna be the end of the world. Oh god, I got hit in the face. That you mean? That was incredibly scary, and I hope I didn't scare my guest here with that crazy demonic plat. No! Oh no! Fuck! Oh! I'm such an idiot! Oh, son of a crap! I'm gonna apologize for that. No! I'm such an idiot! I pressed the wrong button! Oh, you know what? I deserve a facepalm just for that. I thought that was you know what I thought that button thingy? I thought that would actually increase the time, but I pressed the wrong button. Oh! Oh! I didn't mean to do that. I was having a nice conversation. That is so unfortunate. Oh well. See, this is what happens, people. By the way, thank you so much for the anonymous follow. I appreciate it. Yo, thank you so very much. Oh my god, here we go. Oh no. I'm such a panini head sometimes.
Technology. It's not working with me.
No, that was me being a stupid banana head. I just pressed the button at the top right of the screen. Oh yeah. Sometimes I just wonder myself, how the heck do I get to be this smart by my own stupidity like that? Oh no, I didn't mean to press that. But I believe we were. I actually forgot we were like talking about something, and then my brain just completely went south. What was it again?
No need to show feet. Is that what you were saying?
Oh yeah, right. I mean, yeah, feet. Nobody wanted feet. Nobody wanted the feet anyway. So I was like, we're still adorable on the upper half, so I guess that's more than enough for people. I'm sure people like that. Nobody's gonna complain, right, chat? Nobody's gonna complain about that. Especially when you got a cute, adorable faces in front of you. I mean, right, chat? I'm just everybody just staring, be like, no, you don't have a cute face. I'm like, nah, you guys are lying. You guys are lying.
I just look like I got into like the freaking too much sugar here.
Too much sugar. You know what? I just had 1 whole bar of chocolate and 2 scoops of ice cream. Does that clarify? Does that justify that I had too much sugar?
I don't think that's too much sugar.
Right? Because it was so hot outside, and I needed that energy so bad.
Yeah, full of pushing. It's like too hot. Need ice cream.
Yeah, that's the number one thing, that craving that everyone gets. Is if it's too hot, everyone just craves for ice cream. Especially you hear that nice truck outside, and you smell the nice, awesome ice cream from the ice cream truck.
I don't know why. I just always associate the ice cream truck jingle as something terrifying.
I think I may know. Well, I've heard that before, but I never really I don't know. I guess when I was young, I always liked it. I don't know. My imagination didn't really imagine it anything creepy. What? Okay.
Yeah, but then again, it could also been because my parents never let me get said ice cream from said ice cream truck. So I just had to freeze up. It's like, okay, yeah, no, there's a reason why my parents aren't letting me get ice cream. There's got to be a reason, right? Right?
I mean, you know, who knows? But one thing I will say is, any of my friends, I will always treat you guys to ice cream. I mean, that's just my general rule. I literally had someone come to Malta from Twitch. I literally treated him to 2 scoops of ice cream. Literally. It was crazy. He thought I was just playing with him or something, because he thought that I was just being over crazy, but he loved it. And I'm like, hey, if it's you liking ice cream at this point and you're enjoying it, I don't care. I just want to treat my friend to something nice and make his experience nice when he came to visit and he was like on a holiday trip here in Malta. I was like, hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, ice cream for the win, man. Like, nothing else. You got ice cream.
Digest it.
You got ice cream. You got food. You can't go wrong with food. As long for the love of God, don't do what a lot of people did, guys. There was a friend of mine. He basically, he's not allergic, but he cannot take anything dairy. And guess what? Guess what? My friend thought it would be a good idea to serve.
Just eat one. Oh boy.
He literally served him lasagna with like white sauce in it. I'm like, no, what have you done? What have you done? I'm like, no, that's literally milk in it with flour. Like, what did you do? And
as someone who's also lactose intolerant, sometimes I forget, and then oh boy, I suffer the consequences.
Oh yeah. To be fair, a lot of people may not struggle much with it, because some people, it might not be as harmful as much. Like, some people might just give them gas and that's it. Other people could be much dangerous. than that, and that's why I don't risk it. If someone tells me they're lactose intolerant, I just make sure to not have not a single drop of anything dairy in there. Not even
That or just
nothing.
that or just offering lactate pills.
True. In fact, I was surprised that I made a lasagna myself without anything dairy, and it turned out to be very nice. I was actually surprised with that. I was like, yay me. But speaking of food, what is your favorite food?
That's the hard question.
Really interesting.
Anything that's not too spicy, I can't handle spicy food.
Really? Okay. Well, don't worry. If there's anything spicy, I'll gladly take it off your hands free of charge, no problem. So don't worry.
Well, I mean, like, my family members always make fun of me saying, "Oh, you think water is spicy?"
But this is the thing. I know a lot of people. Like, I had a friend of mine. Like, he literally had ketchup, just ketchup. Apparently,
He thought it was spicy.
Apparently, he thought the ketchup was freaking spicy. But like, I can't really say anything because I'm used to it. I was born like handling certain spicy dishes, so I can't just be there and laugh at people if they say like what. I know a lot of people are sensitive to a lot of things they eat, so I know that. Yep. Tell me.
All I know is that if I couldn't handle even the slightest bit of spice, I did. When I was a kid, I would have definitely starved. I definitely would have starved.
And again, I think that's not something rare because I happen to have friends that struggle with. To be fair, I have people that don't eat almost anything at all. Like, I had somebody that just eats pasta and that's it. They just can't eat anything else. But it's not because they don't want to eat other stuff. It's just because that, I don't know.
They have a low spice tolerance.
Yeah. Apparently it was tricky for them to introduce themselves to new food and get used to it and enjoy it. But
God, what? I'm not a shapeshifter. Come on, camera. Good lord.
The whole ice thing on VTube is also taking effect.
I don't know.
I make myself. You know what? If we're really just changing our sizes, I might as well do this as well. Since we're at it. That works.
Oh, God. It's like, dude, why are you so close? Come on, come on.
Steering into everyone's soul. Listen to me.
It's like, back the F up.
I was like, look at me, Chad. Look into my eyes. What's wrong? What's wrong, Chad? Terrified. And the funny thing is, I do it slowly. Very, very, very spooky. I love it when I do that. It generates such funny reactions. But,
Imagine seeing this slowly enlarging. Oh, timer, by the way.
Yep. What?
No, imagine you see this face just slowly zooming in closer and closer.
You know what? It takes a lot for me to get scared. So trust me, I've seen movies that would scar people for life. So I'm used to a lot of scary shit.
Yeah. I saw Pan's Labyrinth when I was like 4.
What? Oh, heck no. You watched it? How did you... Can I ask you, Jen, how did you survive watching that? Like, as in emotionally survive?
I mean, I was already pretty emotionally messed up to begin with.
Oh, damn.
But, also, a lot of the time, you know, that wasn't what traumatized me. The thing that traumatized me was Mr. Blobby.
Oh, that's interesting, because that's the thing I've been asking, a lot of my UK friends. I'm like, people, why do you freaking love Blobby when you were young? Just terrifying. He speaks terrifying. He looks terrifying. It's not like you're hugging freaking Teletubbies. It's actually
Teletubbies kind of scare me too a little bit. Not nowhere
Really?
near as bad as Mr. Floppy.
fair. But like, just the voice alone is like, it's like a demon possessed in a mascot suit. Like, what part of it it's what part of it it's wholesome? I just don't understand how kids thought it was wholesome. I mean, to be fair, I would be surprised nowadays that a lot of kids think Poppy Playtime is wholesome, and I have no freaking idea how they think that. Like, they freaking think that Huggy Wuggy is adorable. Name one good reason why I shouldn't just grab the plushie and just turn it into like firewood in my barbecue right now just by looking at it. Like, that shit is just so terrifying. You know, like, I remember back in the days when we had Barney, Teletubbies. And I remember Powerpuff Girls, there was a lot of plushies of them as well. Like, but
I feel like those are just more not creepy. They're just weird looking. They're just like it's like those dolls where you like, I don't know what it is, but it's like one of those silicone toys that you squeeze it and its eyes pop out.
Yeah. Oh, you remind me of are those like the goo toys? Like the slimy toys?
No, it's just like you squeeze it and its eyes like pop out of its socket. I don't know. I think it was supposed to be for like a stress toy or something.
Oh, like interesting. Huh.
Yes, I know a lot of things about stress toys.
Oh, I see. I didn't even know that was a thing.
I've managed to freaking destroy a stress ball. It just...
Wow.
It said, "Oh, it won't pop. It won't pop." I squeeze it and the freaking sand goes everywhere. I was like, "Excuse me."
Damn, you managed to break a stress toy. That is the first time I heard that. And
yeah, I have what my brother says. I have idiot strength.
Dang, I can't do that. Not unless I get very angry. But
it's like the same thing when people say, "Hey, this is my child," or "This is my puppy. Hold it." I'm like, no, do not pin that responsibility on me.
I'm like, if you don't want that thing to get squished or anything, I mean, not a good idea. You know, just
like,
saying.
I can like freaking squash an egg just with my bare hand.
Fair enough. I mean, I literally saw somebody just broke an egg just by holding it with 2 fingers. I don't know how the heck they do that, but they did it.
I don't know.
It's crazy, but it's not. That's the thing. It's not rare to see these things nowadays. It really is not. Like,
yeah, it's just irritating when you're trying to do something and you're in a hurry and something like that just happens. You're like, come on, I got stuff I need to do. I can't waste time doing this. It's like you have one thing and then you make another problem for yourself.
That's actually me when I'm trying to set up for streaming every time. Because I do an update, something breaks.
You plug something in and then you accidentally unplug another thing.
Yes.
That's crucial to that.
No, not just that. For example, you update something and you modify something a little bit that doesn't usually impact anything else besides that one thing, and then you restart the application, it breaks. It's because of that one change.
Oh.
Or you update something and it breaks. You keep something out of date, it breaks. It's like, what should I do? I do one thing, it still breaks.
Well,
So I'm like, It's really cool. It's really irritating sometimes with these tech issues.
Yeah.
But we can get through them. I know we can, one way or another. Like, tech issues will always be there, sadly, as people that thrive on the power of technology and internet and TikTok and YouTube and Twitch and all that. I'm like, one way or another, even for someone that is not really a tech nerd, we would still require people to assist us with fixing stuff, because trust me, to not fix stuff and continue doing something for a lot of years, it's only going to generate a lot of problems and a lot of challenges. So unfortunately, these are something that would be mandatory to get fixed, especially if it's something that can concern data on the line, like losing your data or something. I don't know, something gets hacked or risking the chance of getting hacked. So much stuff. But I mean, that's just technology. I mean, it's all part of the game, part of the challenges being a creator, not just mentally, because mentally is also very challenging. That's something I noticed throughout the years, but even from a technology side, it's complicated, like to set things up, understand how it works, using video editing softwares and edit your content, posting them online, making time schedules, researching. It's a lot of pressure. It's so much stuff. But the secret, I think, that a lot of people go through is, I think also the thing I found is that a lot of people are also full timers when it comes to creators, which does give them a little bit of advantage, because
Yeah.
for someone like me, I know a lot of people end up telling me, like, Nathan, you can manage a lot of time for the things that you want to do, and so on and so forth. I literally gave them an explanation that literally at this point convinced a lot of people that it's sometimes it's out of control. Like, let's say, for example, you have a plan. Like, I'm the kind of person that I love doing plans. I love doing to-do tasks and say, this is what I'm going to set myself to do in this day. And then you arrive from work at 7 p.m. Give you an example. And you arrive so mentally tired that you had a plan to do things after work. If
It doesn't happen.
it doesn't happen, like, the thing you'll see at that time when you're so mentally exhausted is the bed. You just, all that planning that you did, it's gone. Because your brain just can't do anything else. You don't have the spoons to divert that energy to do other things. The only thing you see is just the recharge station. That's all you see. And I'm like, that's my point.
It's like to pull a Baymax, it's like a low battery, and then you just
Yeah,
flop on the bed,
exactly.
and you're like,
And you plug yourself, and you recharge. It's like, it's something that people kind of sometimes forget. Like, yes, it is possible to make time management, but the thing is, sometimes it's very limited and out of your control. Because if most of the time you're gonna be tired, or you have too many other things doing in the background that people are not aware of, there's not much you can do. The priority should always be your health. That should always be the priority. But that's the thing. You cannot prioritize too many things at the same time, especially if you come, let's say, from 7 and you have till 12 and you only have a few hours for the rest of the day left before you go to bed. It's not much. It's very different compared to having...
It's like either you do your plan and then end up like a mess the next morning, or you just say,
Exactly.
F it, we ball, and then you just go on with what you were doing. And then, once again, you suffer consequences later. Exactly.
Like, there's only so much you can do, and I think that's the main challenge for a lot of creators, is that overburning yourself, unfortunately, it can be so easily done. And that's the thing, like, sometimes I always say, it's better to do less and let people say whatever they want, because you know your life and no one else knows your life, and only you know what's actually best for you and no one else. Like, I can say...
That's what I like to tell myself, but sometimes...
And
sometimes I'm my own worst enemy.
Yeah, and I understand that, because that's how I felt a long time ago when I was very young, especially coming from someone that, let's just say, my childhood... being an autistic person in school, it wasn't the most. It wasn't the most.
It's not fun.
It's not fun.
At all.
But to tell you the truth, as bad as it was, it still helped me to become the better person that I am today, because I used that experience to educate other people. Exactly, and better myself, and share my experience to help other people, that if they ever encounter something like I did, they would try to figure out a way to help themselves, of course, with me trying to help them as well where it's possible, so that they can easily manage the same situation that I've been through that they might occur with. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, you do what you can. Most importantly, most important thing is prioritizing your health, having fun with what you do, and just going from there. I mean, that's all you can do, really. Just go one day at a time and just have fun and focus on, most importantly, your happiness and your health. And that's pretty much it. I mean, other things will come naturally. It's the same thing I've been telling people, because a lot of people have been finding a lot of what's it called? They've been finding a lot of what's that word? I think it's more self-doubt. That's the right word. They've been finding a lot of that when they were streaming. They were like, "Oh, I'm not
They're
doing
always like
so
comparing
well."
themselves to someone else, right?
Yes, and
That people is where an inferiority complex comes from.
Yep.
You don't want one of those.
True.
It's not fun.
Yep, it really is not. And we all, I'm sure a lot of people, if not all of us, actually been through this, because, you know, at first when we're starting off, it may never cross our mind that what it can impact. But, I mean, we all learn. So at the end of the day...
Sarah, please. I'm sorry, I'm listening.
I just noticed you just shifting yourself from, like,
No,
staring...
I just went from, like... I just pulled a freaking Nezuko. I went from being, like, normal size to huge.
Yeah.
And then small again.
Speaking of Nezuko, I didn't know you know Demon Slayer. That's nice. That's cool. Are you an anime fan?
Yes.
What is your favorite anime?
Your timer is going off. Your timer, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah, my favorite. It's something that no one really talks about anymore. It's because it's a parody in itself, and it can go from being like really really deep emotional to freaking LMAO to freaking oh god, I need a tissue in like a span of like 5 seconds. Yeah, have you ever heard of the series Gintama?
I heard of it. Yes, I have.
I was devastated. I was devastated when they actually announced, "Oh yeah, no, this is the last season for real this time." Because the number of times said, "Oh no, this is the final season." They're like, "Nope, just kidding."
Oh, that's gonna hurt right in the feels.
Oh yeah.
I feel that. Although, I will say for a fact, I think the most like crazy, like mind, like the real it's a mind fuck of an anime when it shifts from super gory to something incredibly deep and emotional damaging. And I'm sure a lot of people know.
Oh, you mean that sounds like you're talking about freaking Goblin Slayer. There's an example.
That is also a good one. Yes, I was actually referring to Chainsaw Man. That's also...
Yeah. Yeah, gory, it's freaking funny to just ouch. It's like wow.
And it gets really dark. That's the interesting part. And to tell you the truth, I like dark stuff. Not crazy dark, but I do like dark stories because the amount of emotional in depth that goes to a lot of characters, especially the main character, it's almost like the thing about it, it's also the most relatable experiences that you get to understand from that character point of view. Like you might say, oh, that is a situation I've probably fell through, or oh, that is something that probably I dealt with a long time, and at the same time it connects people, whether if it's something not so positive or negative, or it could be anything really. And I think it's quite interesting that they based off these stories on scenarios that are like realistic-ish, you know, when it comes to stuff. It's really interesting. Yeah, big fan. Also, it was nice talking to you. Take care, and hopefully to get to see you again.
Yep.
Bye. Let's go. I yapped so much. I'm such a yapper. I'm such a yapper. I love talking about so many different things to variety of people, because I sometimes don't know what conversations I should start talking about. You know what I mean, y'all? Like let me ask you all over there. Oh, the lever command is not working. Ah, shit. Let me give you a refund back, Moonman. I got you. But I was asking to all the people out there watching, how many of you out there like feel that a lot of time crap, my brain is not working. What was I gonna say? I will let you all know. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to pretty much let me get the settings on and get everything in place. So let me give you a refund. So in the meantime, I will get the chat with you all. Oh no, I got thrown in the face. No. How dare you bully me? How dare you bully me? Everyone just bullies Nathan. Everyone likes Nathan. Everyone throws shit at Nathan. Why you guys do this to me? What did I do? Let me remove that. Okay, that's removed. Let me give you a refund. Otherwise, people will sue me, even though their channel points there, but they will sue me. So, let me give you a refund. Refund! I want my refund! I want my $96.99. I want my money. I want my 2-piece fries back. I want my half-eaten, half-cooked chicken nugget. Even though it probably costs you like 20 cents. Let me see. Where is... I don't know what I'm talking about, by the way. I'm just spinning random stuff. So, Moonman, I got you. There it is. Everyone cover your ears. 3, 2, 1. I love it how when I clear the redeems, it plays them again all together. It's just crazy. I don't know why. By the way, you guys want to do a tier list while we wait for another match? What do y'all think? You guys want to do a tier list? You like that, Moonman? I'm glad you like it. You guys want to do a tier list in the meanwhile while we wait for another match? I think that would be nice so that we don't get bored at the same time. So let me just find something. So let me see. Tier list. So tier list. Let's see. Lighting is done. Hey, nice. So you're almost gonna finish your project, Moonman. You're almost done. Let me see. What can we do here? Look at all of this. There's so much we can do. What about? I was thinking. Oh my god. Jesus. Games. Like, where is... I was trying to find... You know what? What about we can do something like anime, but I will just do it in general and see what we can find. Okay, there's a lot of freaking course. Oh, hello. What do we have here? Oh, no, not like that. I don't like it like that. Hold on. I'm trying to find something. Actually, you know what? Screw it. I'm doing it this way. Foods. So, we're gonna do... let's do fast food. Why the heck not? So, there's the food. Why is there no logos in that one? Let me see if I can find some logos. Oh, here we go. That's what I like. So keep in mind that most of these are not available here, because these are a lot of them like American brands, which are only available in America. So most of them we don't have here, but some of them we do have. For example, Hardee's, we don't have. So let's see. Jack in the Box, we don't have. Sonic, I have no idea what that is. We don't have. What else? Jollibee, we don't have. Domino's, we have. Chipotle, we don't have. Arby's, we don't have. This, I have no idea what it is that we don't have. Popeyes, we don't have either, as far as I know. Jung Silver, we don't have either. Taco Bell, I'm not sure. I don't think we have that either. McDonald's, we definitely have McDonald's. This we don't have. This we don't have. See, there's a lot of shit that we don't have here. It stinks. So I think this is all the stuff. Wendy's, we don't have. Five Guys, I believe we have. Dunkin' Donut, I'm not sure. We have a lot of brands. I could be wrong. This we don't have. We don't have. In-N-Out Burger, I don't think so. So only these we have. Like, only these. not even that. No, these 5 we have. It's crazy. We are very limited. All of these are not available here where I live, so it's crazy. It's really crazy. But if I were to give, I would definitely give. So Domino's Pizza here, an A tier. Why? Because I feel like comparison to other fast food, the crust is a little bit not that fantastic when they make it. Like they make it way too thick, like thick bread, and they don't make it actually crispy as much as I like it. So I kind of like Domino's Pizza more. By the way, I'm not sponsored. I just love Domino's Pizza. That's all. McDonald's, I really don't like it. I'm gonna be honest. I used to like it. Chicken nuggets are fine. They're nothing special. I could just grab a bunch of freaking chicken nuggets and just deep fry them at home. Like, I don't know what's the hype all about. I don't know what the secret recipe or what secret nuggies they have that people are so craving for. But to be honest, I can just grab the nuggies at home and buy a small air fryer and just air fry them myself. Or if you want the full crunchy experience, I could buy a little mini-sized deep fryer. So it's not that crazy to hype up. Although I will say that Burger King, in my opinion, is S tier. And the reason I like Burger King is that the deals that they had, new burgers that they did, the deals, they weren't crazy expensive, and they were really big, and they actually were really nice. I really enjoyed the burgers. It was really good. Burger King, I really like the the bacon combos they have. It's really intriguing. I'm a big fan of that. It's a not crazy amount. I think their pizza, at least here, I'm not shaming the brand or anything. Like, Pizza Hut, it's good in its own way. It has other things which are great, like the Nutella, what's that? They're called the Nutella breadsticks, which are really nice. But I think the pizza is a little bit too greasy when they make it. Like, that's just me, though. It could be maybe the location that I went to eat pizza just happened to be very greasy, because there are some areas which they make it a little bit better. But for the most part, I don't like the Pizza Hut because their own traditional recipe, they put too much stuff on it and it's way too greasy, and I don't like it when it's too greasy. So that's just me. But yeah, too much grease, it just doesn't... my stomach doesn't like it when it's too greasy. Also, by the way, no disrespect to anyone who loves KFC, but I think KFC is okay, but it's not great at all. In fact, there was a new ripoff brand of KFC called CFC, and I don't know what happened, man. I used to love KFC and just get cravings like crazy when I used to eat chicken, but I don't know. It's been very disappointing lately. I don't know what's going on. If something changed in the recipe or something, but I don't know. Like, I loved CFC a bit more than KFC, but again, that's just me. Because I love that CFC, they had a deal where you get a chicken burger with bacon, lettuce, tomato, some mayonnaise. And it was really crispy. It wasn't spicy. You can get it spicy version, but I always get the crispy one. And it's so much better. Again, not sponsored, just my own opinion. But I don't know. Like, a lot of things have changed. Like, quality control for a lot of things have changed. I remember back in the days I used to enjoy a lot of things from a lot of stuff. Now they've just been a little bit of a letdown. I assume they have other things which are good, don't get me wrong, but some other things there weren't as good as I expected them, like they used to make them. But, everyone's got their opinions, so that's just my opinions. I just not really a big fan anymore as I used to be. But that's just me, though, because to tell you the truth, I don't eat a lot of fast food anymore. Like, I do sometimes when I go out with my friend, but rare case scenarios I eat a lot of fast food. It's just unhealthy, and I think it's expensive. So, and that's just me, I just make my own food to save money, and it usually tastes also a little bit better. So, again, that's just me. As somebody who loves to cook, I think it's a nice thing to have that time and motivation to make things on your own, and just at the same time you're saving a very good buck, because let me tell you, just making pizza or anything like that, it takes a lot of work, but it's worth it, because man, I don't know what's better, like paying 12 euros for a pizza or just make it yourself and you can make double the amount of pizzas. The only downside is you need to know exactly what you're doing. So you need the proper proper like kitchen appliances, you need proper tools and that stuff. So there's a lot of things to consider. Yo, Froggo, thank you so much for the lurk, man. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, overall, it's been interesting, y'all. It's a little bit quiet today. We just vibing, we're chatting, we just overall just being a lot of chaotic gamers. By the way, just to remind all of you that this today, I believe is it today? Yeah, I believe it's today. Actually, let me double check just to be sure. So I believe it was today that we agreed on because the people voted for today. Let me double check that. So they agreed. I assume it's on today. Actually, no, it's gonna be on Saturday. So tomorrow, chat, we're gonna be doing a nice little event in the Discord, and I highly recommend to watch it. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and yeah, like I highly recommend to join in. It's gonna be fun, and I'm letting the community also vote what they wish to see in terms of series or movies, so that we can just host something really special together. So we get the time to bond together, we get the time to share our opinions, we get the time to just chat. And I think it's really cool because, you know, bonding with people is important, and it's also a very nice opportunity to build a strong connection and a positive energy around each other. So we're going to be doing tomorrow a movie night, guys, so highly recommend to be there. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be after stream. So once I finish stream, we'll basically start the whole movie night over in the Discord, and everyone is welcome to join in. And yeah, and just have fun watching series and movies and all that with us together, you know, and just have a great time. So feel free to join in, everybody, for anyone who's interested. It'll be really awesome. And yeah, that's the movie night. Now, let's see. So this is good. Yeah, today we're not getting a lot of people at all. It's like a lot of people are just chilling or maybe playing on the Nintendo Switch too. I mean, I would not be surprised because a lot of people already bought the Switch 2. By the way, how many of you, did a lot of you buy the Switch 2 already? Anyone bought the Switch 2? Because I haven't purchased it yet. To tell you the truth, I really want to buy it, but the problem is here in Malta, a lot of stores don't sell it yet. There was one store that actually sold it, but the fact is it's out of stock. Yay. Amazing, right? So the only one store that I had any chance of buying it, it's out of stock. And they don't accept doing pre-orders like some shops do. And I just have to wait until it gets in stock. So it stinks, man. They had the freaking Switch 2 and and I just lost my opportunity to buy it. So now I have to wait until it gets back in stock. Amazing. But yeah, it is what it is. Although, I really want to take my time to do my research properly before I buy the Switch 2. Because a lot of people have been complaining about security issues that was exposed for the Switch 2. Like, some people were worried about the whole thing about, you know, taking data and that kind of stuff from the Switch 2 when you're registering and logging in with your account that you had on the Switch 1. If you had an account on the Switch 1, that is. And the high risk of something getting compromised and getting your data stole is high. Some people are saying, and I think some people also said that it happened. Like, they got hacked, apparently, which I didn't hear the news. I don't know why no one else talked about it, but if that is true, that is a big problem for them. Let's just hope that things will go better, and hopefully, you know, like, they will give us an explanation on what's been going on and hopefully patch stuff up for the sake of security for the people. Or at this point, I mean, I don't know, like, I don't know. Like, it all comes down to people's responsibility, too, if they want to buy a Switch or not, so I don't know what to say at this point. People will still buy the Switch, too, that all I can say, because people love the Switch. But security concern is also a thing. But at this point, you know, like, one thing I keep in mind is there are always going to be security risks. You know what I mean? Like, having all the best security on your PC doesn't mean you're invincible. Doesn't mean that your data is never gonna be compromised. You're just reducing the risks that anything happen on your PC will be very low chance of your data being compromised. It doesn't mean you're invincible. There is always a backdoor to these things, especially with how intelligent some people are. And people will do anything to bombard that data, especially when they know that, it can make them a lot of money. So there's a lot of intelligent people which do bad things, unfortunately. So no amount of security or encryption will ever make your device impenetrable when it comes to defenses. So always keep that in mind when it comes to technology. That technology, it's a beautiful thing, and they're always improving it, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't have its flaws. So there's always flaws in place, especially when it comes to security. Security, there's always something that can be easily infiltrated, and if that happens, and that person found a way to access beyond those walls of your security, you're screwed. You're like, to get your device back, you're screwed. You may never get your device back. So yeah, it's very tricky to do anything afterwards once that happened. So yeah, it's a really scary situation. But yeah, it happened, sadly. Gearbox? I haven't heard about Gearbox. What is Gearbox? What's Gearbox? Gearbox 1990. Is this what it is? Gearbox software? Gearbox. The Gearbox Entertainment. Oh, they made the Borderlands games. Oh, I see. 1999. Okay. Oh, they made Tiny Tina Wonderlands by Gearbox. They made also the other Borderlands games, featured Borderlands Collection, Pandora's Box. Okay, so they made all these great games. Nice. They changed their EULA. Let me remind myself what that is. EUL. Oh yeah, and the end user license agreement. Oh, they changed it? Oh shit. That's the scary part when they change something like that. I don't know if it's. I don't think usually it's a. I don't think usually it's a good thing. I think it's a really scary thing to consider. So whenever they change something like that, keep in mind there's a lot of agreements and laws and stuff taken into consideration. Legally binding contract between a software provider and a user, granting the right to use the software. This is the thing that I get scared about so much about EULA, is that a lot of people, a lot of companies, they put so much rules when you agree to their terms to use their services, and they restrict you on so much things that it becomes scary owning a product like that, because, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't modify this, you can't change that, you can't do that, you can't implement this. And then what happens? You forget about it because not many people will read everything because there's so much shit in place. And then what happens is you get into trouble because you ended up forgetting one of the rules that you have part of the license agreement, and then it sucks. So it's really concerning when you see so much rules taken into place when you agree to use someone's services. It really is. I think it's a really scary moment because you're just worried about something happening, and it can go wrong, and I don't know. Like, it's not good either way. It really is not. Gearbox made it where they can get root access to your PC. Yeah, no, that's definitely I would not allow, because that's risky as hell. If anything happens and they get compromised, though, that person can easily access your device. Yeah, no, that's freaking crazy. Why would that? To be fair, there is such a practical way of doing stuff like that, while also keeping security intact. But having root direct access with little to no security in place, or maybe not a complex security solution to protect the users while there's connection going on, I think that's a huge problem. Because if there's like something called the the man in the middle, where basically he is overseeing the connection and the communication between the user and the server. And let's say the man in the middle can hijack that connection, and you think that you're connecting with the server, when in reality the hacker or whoever is in charge can hijack that connection, and you would be connecting to something else instead. And believe it or not, it will be too late to find out. And the worst thing is that you know that all your data is being broadcasted to the server would be going into someone else's computer or someone else's device. And that's a hell of a risk. So, and believe it or not, it's complex and it's hard to determine what people are capable of, but trust me, these are things that have happened before, and it's freaking scary. It's really scary. Like, I can't believe how people can end up being so intelligent that they can get away doing things like this. It's really crazy when you think about it. Like, so much knowledge, yet they just use it all to do harm and just screw other people and just, I don't know, and just do horrible shit. Like, it's crazy, man. Like, technology, that's the thing about technology. It can be easily exploited. That's the problem with it. It's insane. And people are reviewing bombing the Borderlands games on Steam because of it. Really, are review bombing the Borderlands games. I mean, to tell you the truth, I don't blame them. Like, if you're playing a game and you're connecting to a server and you have all your data being broadcast to that connection, the least thing you want to know is that your data is at risk by playing a video game that you paid money for, and knowing the fact that your data can get compromised and someone can easily gain access through that connection from a server that is hosted by the company. And if that server gets hijacked, everyone that's connecting to it will be screwed. Their data would be either compromised or encrypted by the person, so they try to, you know, like, scare people and force them to pay money to get their data, or they delete. You know, it's like there's this really terrible malware and malicious attempts to attack users' endpoint when it comes to having an online connection to a server, especially when you're playing an online game, for example, or a game which has co-op features. That can also be a possibility. So yeah, it's really concerning, and there's a lot of things to consider. That is why sometimes I rather know these things. Yes, I am IT. I'm not a crazy expert person, to tell you the truth. I just know some stuff, so it depends on what. But yes, I am indeed an IT guy, and I know some stuff. I know certain things about, like, how to upgrade your PC and, like, manufacturing brands, like their reliability, their support, etc., etc. No, to tell you the truth, I'm gonna be honest, I thought cybersecurity was interesting, and I actually learned a little bit about cybersecurity, and I know, like, really awesome solutions out there, which are, like, enterprise level solutions, which are hell expensive, but they're very powerful tools. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it is really nice to know these things, especially when technology evolves, but I wouldn't do it as a job, to tell you the truth. Like, I would research for myself to implement solutions on my device so that I can keep my device as safe as possible. But I wouldn't do it really as a job, because it's much more hectic. It's much more... There's much more planning and in-depth going, and trust me, the least thing you want is that something gets hijacked and they blame you because you were the cybersecurity specialist, and they say, oh, a device got hacked even though you suggested these things and all that, and they think, like, having the best security is like having a god guarding your whole arsenal or vault. And I'm like, no amount of security that is powerful is ever gonna make your data not vulnerable to attackers. It's just not possible, you know. So yeah, that I do like about cybersecurity, to be honest with you. I just wouldn't do it as a job, to be fair. I want to do it as a job, pretty much. You're doing it in school for it, for it now? Nice. You're doing it in IT school. That's awesome. That is awesome. It is a really cool subject. I will tell you that right now. My mom was an IT, and we got security software for free until she retired. That's interesting, because to tell you the truth, a lot of security solutions, they're quite expensive. So it ain't easy getting that. Usually, it depends. I guess it depends on a lot of things. Because, yeah, having like a really good like security solution is not cheap. So, and sometimes there's a lot of complexity that takes into place. So it's not just about you buying that solution and that's it. Like there's a lot of setup that takes place. So it really depends. It depends on it depends on a lot of stuff, to be fair. But yeah, I think cybersecurity is a pretty awesome topic to talk about. Yeah, if you know anything about cybersecurity, please educate me. I would love to learn. I love me some tech. I love tech talk. I love learning. So please, by all means, educate me. Also, we got Voop Surge. Voop Surge 3, 2, 1. Okadavabra! That is not how you say it. Well, if Voldemort heard me say the magic words, he would probably just send me to Jesus and never actually become a wizard ever again after butchering all of that. Amazing. I just butchered the whole freaking avaga. Blah. I can't say it. Avaga the blah. Tongue twister. Avada Kedavra. There you go. I said it. Tongue twister. But yeah, I just butchered that. Amazing. Me no. Yeah. Nathan just being Nathan, as per usual. You know basic stuff yourself. I know also basic stuff on cybersecurity. I'm not really in depth. I just know that there is a lot of interesting knowledge, like for example, layer 1 security, layer 2 security, layer 3. For example, I can tell you, for example, layer 1 security is passwords. Why? Because the first thing that you have as a number 1 act of security is passwords. So that's level 1. That's layer 1. Then you have MFA, which is multi-factor authentication. Why? Because when you log in into certain applications, they will ask you for an MFA token, which it generates every 30 seconds. And that is basically for security, so that if someone ends up taking your MFA token within 30 seconds, that person will get denied access later on after 30 seconds, and you can put another MFA token to gain access. That's basically making it something unique and something also, say, as a safety security for MFA. Then there is something else, which is layer 3, which is usually used for a lot of really critical, important, confidential data. And I'm not sure what layer 3 would be. I think layer 3 would be layer 3 security. Let me tell you all what layer 3 security is. So, like, cyber security, let me see. Okay, so basically the way it works, I can tell you, I'm liking computer. So far, I'm liking computer broke. Please fix fix my PC because I can't do anything. What can I do? Absolutely nothing. Let me tell you about layer 3. Let me find it for you. So layer 3. Oh, we got Roach. Roach. Layer 3 cybersecurity. Hello there. Roach. Oh, hello there. Hello.
What's on? Hello
Nice.
again.
Yeah, it's nice to see you again. Look at
It's a pleasure seeing you again, man.
yeah, same. Look at you. You changed again. New outfit.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Thank you very much.
What's the occasion? Are you trying out some new cool stuff?
Oh yeah, I made this avatar yesterday.
Nice. That is so cool. Awesome. That is so awesome. We just been chilling, vibing about cybersecurity. Oh wow. Okay. Wow. That is really cool.
Oh yeah, it's not
I like
much,
that.
just a very character, nothing much.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I love that. How has your day been, Roach? What have you been up to on this Friday?
Nothing much, just whooping around, watching YouTube videos, getting bored.
That's so
The
cool.
usual.
The usual stuff. Fair enough. Yeah. I'm just chilling. We were talking about cybersecurity, which is
nice subject, yeah.
the very complex and very intriguing, because a lot of people were asking me about like the importance of cybersecurity in technology nowadays that a lot of people use. So I
Yeah,
was
especially
like,
now that
yeah,
everything is connected in the Internet of Things.
exactly. And unfortunately, a lot of people also brought up the fact that something happened to the Nintendo Switch 2, where I believe they got hacked and some data got compromised, apparently, from the Switch 2, which is not really a good thing because they just released the product not too long ago for some people to buy. So we were talking about like what makes like the complexity of cybersecurity and the and pretty much the advantages and disadvantages of it. It's very
Yeah,
it's very intriguing. Like a bit of IT tech stuff.
very interesting, man.
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
just to pass the day and just have a great chat. Pretty
that's nice, man.
cool stuff. But yeah.
It is pretty good, you know.
Mm-hmm. I've also been watching a little bit of anime yesterday as
Yeah,
well.
what anime? What anime?
I was watching there was the I believe it's called Free Ren. It's the
Free Run, that anime, yeah. The beginning after the end, that anime, yeah.
it was very deep actually, that anime, when I watched just a few episodes of it.
Yeah,
And
watched a few episodes, then got bored of it. I don't know why.
I think I can see why a lot of people like it. I can see why some people don't. To be honest with you, I like more highly action-packed anime myself.
Me too.
So like something like Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, Chainsaw
Yeah,
Man,
exactly.
stuff like that. And I'm always like open to try watching new things, and I thought it was pretty interesting. But so far, I'm not gonna quit on it. I'm just gonna see from there and continue watching it, and hopefully it all goes good.
Yeah,
We shall
hopefully,
see.
yeah. I have the 3 episode rule. If I don't get hooked in 3 episodes, then I stop watching. Yeah.
Fair enough. Yes, I'm the same. But to be fair, I have been so exhausted today, like from
Oh man. Oh,
from the heat, from work.
the bloody heat. Yeah.
It's. Am I the only one who's like struggling in this godforsaken heat here?
Me too. Me too. I'm sweating like a dog right now. But
Like-
it was the storm outside.
Like,
Yeah.
if it wasn't for the AC and fan right now, I don't think I would have the energy to stream. It's
Yeah.
exhausting.
I'm pretty low energy myself too.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you take a chocolate if someone offered you one?
If it has cocaine in it, I would.
What if I give you a piece of dark chocolate right now? Would you take it?
Of course, I would.
Trust me,
Yeah.
I would do anything for a scoop of ice cream right now, especially.
Oh man, me too. Me too. That
It's-
dark chocolate ice cream. Yeah.
It's so. Speaking of ice cream,
Cocaine on a stick. Yeah.
oh, you know, right? Speaking of ice cream, you know what I really found intriguing? I'm not sure if you have you ever tried waffle ice cream with
That's my favorite, man.
that's
That's superb.
that was my
That's
first
my
time.
favorite. Yeah.
That was my first time trying it. It was like this warm waffle with 2 scoops of whatever ice cream. I had like lady fingers ice cream. I had like dark chocolate scoop, and then I had Smarties on it with some chocolate syrup on top of it. It was amazing.
Sounds delicious.
It was amazing. It was the best €9 I ever spent on dessert.
Very nice.
It was so hot outside. A lot of people like sweating their butts off with this crazy ass heat. And I'm just there on the inside enjoying my ice cream and relaxing.
Yeah.
It's so nice. It's so nice. But yeah, right now, I'm sure everyone wants ice cream at this point. Everyone.
Oh man, I love ice cream. Yeah.
Everyone.
In Romania, we have what's called Roma ice cream.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's chocolate ice cream with vanilla and between two waffles, and it's superb.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
pretty cheap too for
Oh
what
what?
it is.
You know what? After the stream today, I'm just gonna go get a tub of ice cream. I just made up my mind.
Ah, nice man, nice. That sounds like a plan. Okay, we're out of time it seems.
Yeah. Take
Yeah,
care,
but
Roach. It was
take
nice
care,
talking
take
to
care,
you.
take care. It was a
Yeah.
pleasure talking with you again.
Hey, bye. That was really nice. We got to meet the lovely Roach, y'all. Roach is a very lovely VTuber. Not the first time I met Roach. I met Roach in the previous times. And such a chill person, you know. Like always loved talking with Roach. Roach is a very chill person. I love it. So far, so good. Enjoying, having fun. Moonman, thank you so much for your time here, and I wish you all the best. Enjoy yourself, take care, and have a good one. And let's see, what else can we do in the meantime? We can pretty much do something else while we wait for... Maybe we get the lucky to meet more people in if we're lucky. So we shall see if we might get more people in. Oh, I just heard the thing. That's a Roach again. Let me see. Let me see if we can find new people as well. There's not a lot of people online right now. Like, not a lot. And it's okay. You know, like, oh. Although I really need to maybe consider trying to figure out which days might be better. I might try doing this on Thursday just to see if I get lucky to find more people that happen to be online. So I think more people are ended up being on more on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, because a lot of people hang out in the Discord, which is fine. And I want to get a chance to meet more people, so maybe I'll get lucky. We shall see. We shall see. So, yeah, you know, get the opportunity to make new awesome connections and just have fun overall in general. So, let me see. Okay, everything good. So, from my side, I'm just also having a look around. Let's see what we can do. In the meantime, we can... You know what we can do, actually? What would you guys like to see overall in the time being? Should we do maybe... I have an idea. What about we do another tier list? Let's do another tier list, shall we? I like tier lists. Tier lists are fun, and it will buy us a bit of time while we wait for us to get matched. So, what are we gonna do with tier list? Choices. What is this? Oh, shit. There's a lot of freaking... Yeah, I'm not gonna know all of them, but, you know... Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm not gonna know all of them, bro. It's too many characters. You know what I should do, maybe? Maybe this one. See. Oh god, there's a lot of cartoons. You know what? We could try doing a little bit of cartoons. Why not? I watched a lot of cartoons when I was young. Not crazy a lot, but watched some cartoons when I was young. Let's see, what do we have? Powerpuff Girls. Robot Boy. Remember watching that a lot of times. That was really good. You guys remember those cartoons? Because I really remember those a lot. Really a lot. A minute. How do I... Let's see. What a lot of people voted. Ben 10 deserves to be an S tier. I agree. Ed and Eddie deserves to be an S tier. Most of these I agree. I really agree. Let's see. So Ben 10 S tier. Oh, like this you get to vote. Okay. A lot of people said that it was mediocre. Really? I thought Ben 10 Alien Force was actually pretty damn good. That was pretty good. I haven't watched this, so that one skip. This one I haven't watched it either. I don't remember it. Oh, you remember watching this? Oh my goodness. This is like the baby version of Scooby-Doo. Like, it basically is a Scooby-Doo show when they were like very little. Remember that, guys? Remember the Scooby-Doo version that was the little, it had a really catchy song. It was like the basically kids version of Scooby-Doo. It was really cool. I really liked it. I thought it was pretty cool. Adventure Time is freaking awesome. I loved Adventure Time. There's no question about it. It was pretty damn interesting and very, very interestingly mindfuck in its own way. This one, skip. Gumball, S tier. Gumball, what I like about Gumball is just random nonsense, like brain rot stuff that happens in Gumball. One thing you're just seeing, like, let me tell you how random Gumball is and why a lot of people liked it. You're seeing a headmistress, which is literally a monkey or a gorilla. You see a walking fluff, like basically like the fluff you pull out of a vacuum cleaner, and basically he's the principal. And there's like all these different variety of characters in Gumball. Some of them are banana, some of them are like porcupine. There's also cactus, there's also paper. There's a lot of stuff. And would you be weird if I told you that there was one of the episodes where you literally end up seeing a hot dog, like literally having a romantic moment with a fish? A hot dog having a romantic moment with a fish. Just random shit. Like they smile so awkwardly. They have this really awkward interaction. It's just like, it was like this really creepy yet very funny, awkward moment in Gumball. Or not just that. For example, in Gumball, you end up seeing a banana just singing about banana, which is really random and weird. And then the next thing, you see this banana slip and just becoming naked, and it just becomes a naked banana. And then, I don't know, it's so weird, man. Like, Gumball had some really weird shit. And it was pretty funny to watch. But yeah, that's Gumball for you. There, I wouldn't go into much more further because there's much more. Goes deeper into Gumball. This one I haven't watched. Apple and Onion, I never watched it. This, I've heard about it. Atomic Betty, I heard about it. But I never watched it. It looked pretty damn cool, not gonna lie, but I'd never watched it. Baby Looney Tunes, I remember watching it. It was okay. It was good, you know, and it wasn't the best. Batman Beyond, I really enjoyed it. This, really enjoyed it. This is the first original Ben 10, which I really enjoyed. I loved the first original Ben 10. Ultimate Alien was pretty damn cool. I really enjoyed Ultimate Alien. Omniverse was great. It wasn't the best, but this one I really hated the reboot. The reboot was a disaster. The reboot is a disaster. I really hated the reboot so much. I really hated it. This one, I never watched it. This one, I've watched it before, and I thought it was okay. I thought it was really funny as a cartoon. So, I give it a solid B. Sorry. Oh, wait. Can I go back? Can I give it a solid B? Ah, shit. Why can I give it a solid B? Oh, well. I mean, it was C also good. It's fine. This one I've ever watched. I remember Chop Socky. Yo, I remember this. This was more comedy kung fu cartoon. It wasn't the best, but it was good enough that you would enjoy it. So, it was good. Chowder was really good. I really remember Chowder. Such an interesting imaginational of a cartoon with such really cute moments and funny moments in that film. Series, I meant to say. This one I never watched. This one I didn't even know it existed. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I didn't even know this existed. I loved the whole movies, both 1 and 2. I really loved it. But I never knew there was a cartoon. And quite frankly, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if it's good or not, because I know the movies, and the movies were fantastic, but I didn't know there was actually a Cartoon Network version. I think it wasn't that great, because most of these cartoon ones that they do, they're not that great because they limit it too much, and I don't like that. So I think I would probably put it at mediocre, because most of them are not that crazy good. This one I have no idea. I never watched this one, so this one I'm gonna skip. I mean, guys, come on. Let's be real. This story was freaking awesome. Like, Kids Next Door was a whole new level of great story. Like, what I liked about it is the fact that pretty much you're literally living the kid's life. You know that kids are just being kids, and they're trying to have this crazy ass war against adults, trying to control the children and thinking that, you know, like, adults have control over children, and they're like these like freedom fighters to basically free themselves from the adults' grasps, and pretty much allowing kids to gain the upper territory of doing whatever the fuck they want and just not care and not let adults tell them what to do. Pretty much that kind of stuff. So, and we have, it's Plank again. Here we go, people. Hey, Plank. It's you again. What you up to this time, Plank? Are you behaving yourself? Are you good? What a lovely surprise. We get to meet again. Many times. I am so terrified of Plank. Plank is just going to literally yeet a grenade at me and just scared the shit out of me with it. But Plank, what you been up to? Are you behaving? Would you like some planks? Would you like planks? I have a couple of planks with me if you want. Too bad they're not as really shiny as you are. So I hope you like planks. Maybe I can give you some planks. What do you say, Plank? Want some planks? You want them? Or should I burn them and turn them into firewood for my nice trusty barbecue? What you say, huh? You want planks? No? Guys, give me your planks. We're gonna turn them barbecue today. It's all fine. It's all gonna be good. Don't worry. Nobody heard that. It's cool. It's alright. We're just gonna put them to good use anyway, so it's not gonna go to waste either way. But yeah, we are here present in the presence of Plank, which I am terrified of Plank, because looking into my deep, ever-living soul, and pretty much I'm gonna probably get juked. Or troll, or pretty much a grenade getting thrown in my face. And you know what I'm gonna do, chat? You know what I'm gonna do? You know how to trigger a really nice reaction? You do one of these. Oh no! Plank? Plank? Are you gonna throw a grenade at me? I think Plank? Are you okay over there? I think Plank is glitched or something. Hey, Plank, are you in another parallel universe? Just chilling over there? Oh god! Oh god, that's a grenade! He just scared the crap out of me with that jump scare. It didn't make any noise too. Oh god. Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. I love Plank. Plank, you're absolute legend. I'm just talking randomness and all, and just Plank just pulls up the grenade yeet moment. I love it. Hashtag go support Plank. Plank is an absolutely awesome VTuber. Gotta love Plank. Plank is awesome. I love Plank. I love how we have to interact this way. Like, he just stares into my soul and I just have to trigger a reaction by doing one of that. That was great. That was great. I love Plank. Plank is awesome. Good old Plank. So, in the meantime, while we wait for another one, we can have a continue where we left off. So, Courage the Cowardly Dog, S tier. It was, I don't know how the frick this was a kid's show. Courage and the Cowardly Dog was definitely not a kid's show because it was extremely dark and it was extremely scary. So I don't know in what universe they thought that
traumatizing their children with Courage and the Cowardly Dog was a good idea. That shit was creepy as fuck. So, especially the moment that everyone remember guys, the one where the little ancient demonish shows up and goes like, return the slab, or suffer my curse. That shit was terrifying. Or I'll do you one better, the moon. You guys remember the moon? That shit was fucking terrifying. That shit was creepy. I remember it so damn well because it was one of the most mentally crazy moment in that series that I was surprised I didn't get scared watching it. It shocked me when I saw it for the first time. It was it was really terrifying. Shit, man, it was crazy. Cow and the Chicken was really good. I really enjoyed it. Like, I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was great because it was funny. It had really random, weird moments that you wouldn't think really that much in depth when you were young. But it was pretty damn freaking awesome. This one I've never got to watch, sadly. Although it kind of looked like one I would probably enjoy. This one, I remember watching this. Oh my goodness, what a lot of memories this brings. The Cramp Twins. I remember this was about a cartoon about these two just bullying each other. Always just being bullied and goofing each other and screwing each other up and getting themselves into trouble every freaking time. It's pretty much kind of like Ed and Eddie, where they pretty much cause a lot of problems for the sake of making money, so they scam children into getting their money so they can buy job ringers. Except this one was just very simple. There's just twins bullying each other. It was really weird and at the same time funny watching it. It was really, really, really crazy to watch. So it was great. I actually thought it was pretty damn mindfuck watching it. At the same time, it was I don't know. I thought it was pretty great cartoon watching it. This one I never watched it. This one I definitely watched it. Definitely an S tier. I freaking love. I love the whole smart-ass genius kid who pretty much what I liked about this, it's just it shows the in-depth level of how much he knows about science and how smart he is. And I just loved how he explains a lot of things in depth. Like, pretty cool. Like, I always thought that super smart characters in cartoon shows have always been intriguing to me because I just love to hear about a lot of things, like random things. I learn about really complex things. Even if my brain can forget and might have a hard time, I just loved hearing people being smart and just explaining their own logical term about things. I just thought that I found that very intriguing. As someone who struggles to learn things, I thought it was kind of intriguing to watch people just, you know, like doing experiments and listening to them and seeing how smart they are. Like, I thought that was pretty damn cool, in my opinion. This was really good. I love the dragons, How to Train Your Dragons by DreamWorks. Absolutely really good. So, I'll give it a B tier. I thought it was pretty good. Doug Dodgers was really good. I remember that was really good. That's definitely an S tier. There's wait a minute. A lot of people, I hope they wait a minute. How many people voted for that? Oh, thank God. I was about to say, like, if a lot of people don't put Ed and Eddie as S tier, I would be very surprised. Ed and Eddie was the most awesome show you can watch. It was the kind of show that always makes you laugh, always makes you think that every time they plan something, any smart idea that they thought they can get away with scamming kids over the neighborhood to make easy money to go buy job ringers because that was their obsession. It was actually kind of clever. You get to see them, like, you know, interacting with each other, misbehave, trolling each other. There was even a movie, by the way, for Ed and Eddie that was kind of interesting. It went from like very creepy version of that movie. It was interesting, to say the least. I really enjoyed watching it. Ed and Eddie is definitely by far fantastic. Like, no question about it. Let's see. So, this one I've watched before, and it was pretty damn good. Not much, so I don't really remember as much. but I think it was pretty decent for what it was. This one I remember watching. I remember watching so much about this. This was like, I believe the whole story of this is that, you know, every episode, as far as I know, it's always gonna be something about them interacting with each other, behaving, experiencing something new, learning about some random scenarios, and then getting some new random characters in foster care, and trying to make foster care a good one, but it never goes well. There's always something going wrong. I think it was actually quite an emotional-driven cartoon, in my opinion. I thought it was actually pretty damn good, not gonna lie. I thought that one... The Garfield show is definitely good. No question about that. The Rex was really good. I really enjoyed the Rex. I love how he used his nano machines, or his nanobites, to basically convert any pretty much any being that transforms into something evil using some really high in-depth technology cells. Like, they have these like cells in their body which shapeshifts them into something creepy, and basically Rex had the power to delete really bad nanobites, or nano something they called, and pretty much turn them back into human, because it changes their form into something creepy, into something powerful, into something that causes a lot of death. So it was quite intriguing as a cartoon. I really liked Rex. It was actually pretty damn a very interesting action cartoon. This one I never watched. This one I never watched. This one I definitely watched. That's an S tier. That was definitely an S tier. I remember I couldn't stop watching that every freaking time. I mean, let's be real though. How many people voted S tier? Oh, beautiful. That's what I like to see. I mean, dude, Billy and Mandy, you guys remember how interesting it was of the whole story about the comedic side of the cartoon, random stupid shit happening, and there's so much memes literally from this cartoon. There's so much memes behind this cartoon. There's so much. It's crazy. Like, yeah, it's just crazy. This one I never watched it. I never knew about it at all. This one I've heard about, but I've never watched it. I don't know if it's good or not. Never watched it, to be honest. This one I've heard about it, but I didn't really watch it. I Am a Weasel, I heard about it, but I've never watched it either. This one I've never heard about it. Johnny Bravo, that's Steph. Oh my god. Dude, I freaking love Johnny Bravo. Such an interesting... He's like this really self-absorbent, like egoistic character. Like he just thinks of himself like he's the kind of character that will just push people away and be like, hey, I'm too pretty to do this. I'm Johnny Bravo. Get out of my way. I'm Johnny Bravo. He's just so full of himself, thinking that he's just a big shot because he looks great and all that and muscular and all. And he always had this thing of trying to impress the ladies in this cartoon, because he always thought of himself highly, and he always had this like huge ego about himself, and it was just hilarious. Random moments where he could get into trouble, random moments he's just attempting some funny shit. It was really good. I loved Johnny Bravo so much. It was really good. Johnny Test is an S tier. I love the experiments that his twin sisters conducted on him, and it's always been a really interesting journey of... It's always an interesting journey about, you know, them being, you know, tech geniuses, even though they always mess up in their experiments when it comes to their brother doing the experiments for the most time. And I just loved how he always gets into these random dangers because of his sister's experiments, which is quite intriguing. So his adventures has always been experimentation conducted on him, and then any risks that happens after it, and then he needs to try and find a way to survive or go back to his sisters to revert the effect, blah 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 blah, and all that stuff. It's quite intriguing. This one I never watched. I never watched the Justice League before. Never watched him, to completely be honest. Never watched him. This one I watched. I definitely watched this one. I definitely watched it. Crypto the Super Dog, I thought it was pretty damn cool. I just loved how the fact that Crypto was based off the whole, him being, Superman's pet and, keeping the neighborhood safe, including his identity secret and all that stuff. And aliens coming out of outer space, things just changing, and so much random stuff, but like intriguing stuff, So that's cool. League of Super Evil, I heard about it, but I've never watched it, to be honest. I've never really watched it. I've heard about it. I don't know if it's good, but okay, this I watched this. Juniper, is it Juniper? Juniper Lee. I've watched this before. I think, wasn't Juniper Lee the kind of cartoon which was like more like kind of like Jackie Chan-ish, where pretty much one of them knows kung fu, if I'm not mistaken, and she's like she's pretty much, I believe, is the big sister of I think that's her little bro, if I'm not mistaken, and her duty is always like keeping the family safe from evil with her kung fu powers, or basically like kind of like Kim Possible kind of stuff. But I'm not quite sure because it's been a while since I watched this, but it's quite intriguing. I remember watching this when I was a kid. If I were to give it a rating now, I would probably... I don't remember it much, so I probably give it mediocre because I wasn't really that into it. I thought it was good, but I don't remember it as much. Clearly, maybe I didn't take as much interest as I expected. Okay, this I was a little bit skeptical about because I thought the animation was okay. It wasn't the best, I'm gonna be honest. I thought the animation was fine. But what I liked about the Looney Tunes show is that it had really high comedic points in it. So you go in there, and it's always comedy in that show. And I thought that was great, because it was the kind of show that you would just sit down and laugh your butt off watching. The thing that maybe was a little bit on the downside of it, it was just a little bit too repetitive. Like, the jokes were predictable, and it wasn't as great as I hoped. It had moments where it makes you laugh, it had moments where it makes you sad. It was fine, but the jokes part, it could have been better. But the thing is, I really enjoyed it because there were moments that made me really laugh when I was young. So either way, I thought it was pretty great, but there were some things that needed improvement, in my own opinion. This I never saw. I don't know what Mad is. I never watched it. This one I never watched it. Flapjack, I've heard about it, but it's been so many freaking years since I watched it. I don't remember, to be honest, and I don't know if I liked it or... I don't think I liked it as much. I think it was mediocre, in my opinion. I just was so confused with the whole adventure thing, so wasn't that crazy good. This one was okay. This one was like more like Transformers kind of vibe, if I'm not mistaken. It was okay. It wasn't the best either. So, it was fine. It was fine. This one, I never watched it. Never watched it. Never watched it. Moxie Show? Never watched it. This one, I've heard about it, but I don't know if it was funny. I don't know if it was a mix of funny and action. I don't know. So, I can't really rate. This one was a funny comedic cartoon that I really liked. And I think it was okay. It wasn't the best either. Because there were parts which were funny, but I don't know. A lot of people really voted the best. I've never watched this. The Lego thing. I've never really watched this. A lot of people seem they really like this. I wonder why. Why do people really like this Lego one? Interesting. To be fair, Lego is extremely popular. And, I mean, there's no doubt about it, so I wouldn't be surprised that a lot of people love it. Especially nowadays, there's a lot of collectors out there that love collecting Lego stuff. I know a lot of people here in Malta, they have really huge statues of the helmet of the Mandalorian. Literally as a whole Lego set. It's so freaking insane. They also there's also somebody who had the whole Wolverine statue made of Legos. And God help me, that person told me it took him a long time to build it, and if anyone were to knock it down and break it, he would cry because it took him a long time to set this statue up. And this was all made in little pieces of Legos, guys. So you can imagine. I never watched this. I would really love to watch it at some point. This, I've heard about it. I thought it was pretty good, but I don't remember it as much as I think. I think it was a much more cutesy, comedic, adventurous cartoon. But I don't remember as much. I've watched it before, but it's been a while, y'all. Most of these I can't even remember. I watched them, I know I did, but I can't remember. It's like, there's so many cartoons I watched, but most of them I just watched a little bit and I just never continue watching them. The rest I just have no fucking idea. Like, seriously, man. Most of them I watched them, but I just don't remember. These I never watched. Okay, this I definitely watched. I'm gonna be honest, I mean, to be fair, the only reason I watched Powerpuff Girls, because I watched it with my cousins. Like, they really loved Powerpuff Girls when they were young, and they always had these cute little Powerpuff Girls dolls, and I was kind of forced watching, and I thought it was fine, because I thought the action of it and the whole story was okay, like, great. It wasn't the best, it was okay, but it was just me. You know, I wasn't really into that kind of cartoon, but I watched it because my cousins watched it, so it was fine. The villains weren't that impressive in that show, but it was great. It was okay. Again, watched it, but long time ago, didn't like this. I have no idea what the fuck this is. This is definitely some sort of, like, I have no idea what the hell this is. This looks like some really messed up looking cartoon. Judging by the artwork of this cartoon, I don't know what the hell that is. Okay, hear me out. If this doesn't get an S tier, I would rage, and I'm so happy that 69% voted S tier. If nobody knows what Regular Show is, you guys are missing out. The most bestest cartoon known to mankind. Regular Show is the most fucking amazing cartoon. What I loved about Regular Show is everything. The comedic side. I remember there was one episode I really enjoyed, which is the Ultimatum Burger. It was about, like, pretty much a creation from a burger truck that they make this really freaking insane burger. It was crazy. There was a lot of episodes where they travel through dimensions to please death because they signed a contract and some shit, and they had to... They always... Like, what I liked about Regular Show, it's in the name. It's regular. There's always regular dangerous situations that are so fun to watch. Sometimes they get into situations where they are in outer space. Sometimes they're dealing with a wizard. Sometimes they're dealing with death, with the Reaper. Sometimes they're dealing with their own personal struggles. Sometimes they're dealing with their boss, who's always ragey all the time. It's always funny. Muscle Man just being Muscle Man and always just funny as fuck. Because he always bullies them and pranks them and makes fun of them. And it's always nice. Rigby just being Rigby. You know, he's just an all-around goofster. And Mordecai is more like the big bro version of Rigby. It's fucking amazing. Like, no chance in hell I'm gonna put this in anything below S tier. If there was even S+++, I would put this easily in S++. Because this shit is fucking awesome, and I love Regular Show. In fact, believe it or not, would you guys believe me if I tell you that even though I'm literally 26 years old, I still watch a Regular Show on my days? I literally still watch Regular Show. That's how good it is, because it's random shit and it's funny shit. Hearing like the boss, like hearing like Benson every time going at them and be like, hey, and I'll be like, get back to work. And he's always like piss off. And now it's like, what are you guys doing with my sandwich? And it's like, I'll handle this. This isn't your sandwich. This is my sandwich. And he's like, this is your sandwich, huh? So how come it says how come it says Benson on the back? Oh, it was supposed to say Rigby, but it spelled my name wrong. Stop lying! I remember that shit. And it's like, dude, I thought you said you bought it. No, he didn't buy it. It was really great, man. Mark Hamill was in that. Oh, yeah, you're right. I forgot about Mark Hamill being in that show. That's why also I really like the voice acting, especially Benson. I really loved that really high temperament that Benson had in that show. It was so great. Guys, I remember when I watched regular show, even till this day as an adult, I couldn't stop laughing watching regular show. It's just meme worthy, y'all. It's just meme worthy. You know what I also liked about regular show? It's the part when they were living in space and Benson went to go talk to a rock, an actual living rock, by the way. And this rock had a really random shit. And you guys are gonna get mind blown hearing this. Basically, it was just a random rock having a food truck in outer space, basically creating something which you guys think it's completely normal. It's basically called space fries. Why? Because they're basically having floating potatoes, chopping them into little cuts and pieces of fries, and deep frying them in a floating food truck. Makes sense, right? So you have this really weird looking thick ass rock with these giant ass potatoes, magically cutting them even though this rock doesn't have hands, and just deep frying them out of space and just serving people. They're like, oh guys, hey, we have these air fries selling in outer space, some really nice looking chips, completely normal, right? Because definitely everyone is gonna go outer space to order some fries. And like, imagine, you know what was the funny thing about that and the scary part? He goes through all the trouble wearing an astronaut suit, all of this just so he can go to this bloody food truck and get some fries from this lady because he really liked this rock lady that he communicated with. It was so weird. It was a rock. It was a rock that talks. It wasn't that crazy, but it was so random that people like it. It was so random that made no sense, but at the same time people laugh at it. And that's what I liked about regular show. Just random shit, just regular non-explaining things that just makes you laugh. Whether if it's Benson always raging all the time, Rigby always messing shit up, Muscleman always pranking them and bullying them. It's really cool. Skips just pretty much, being the big giant, beefy ass gorilla, always like punching shit and just and just breaking shit and fixing shit and all that stuff. Also, fun fact, Skips didn't even know what a computer is. There was an episode talking about him literally learning how to use a computer. And it was pretty funny because the jokes behind it was like, oh man, you kind of remind me of my grandma, always asking me for computer shit. You're so slow, you're like my grandma. And it's like, oh man, I feel that. It's like, I feel that because it is true. Like, they take a lot of time to learn to know how to use a computer, and I feel that, like, it's funny, and at the same time, it's a little bit unfortunate because you need to have a high level of patience to educate people about how to use a computer or technology or just so on and so forth. So, yeah. Anyway, Robot Boy, S tier. I really loved Robot Boy. And the reason I liked about Robot Boy is because it is a cartoon that was fixated on technology. Like pretty much the scientist himself, he always implements improvements into Robot Boy. At least that's what most of the story was. And, educating, the robot becoming a real boy. And pretty much, what I also liked about this episode? It reminded me of a movie called... it was about a movie where they had an episode where they put robots fighting against each other in a wrestling match, and whoever wins, they get a shit ton of money. Basically, there was an episode in that cartoon which I think Real Steel. Yes, that's what it called. There was an episode in Robot Boy where it replicated that scene of Real Steel, where there's robots literally fighting against each other, doing this really grand prize of money. It was crazy. And then you'd end up seeing this robot transform into fucking adult version of himself and just annihilates everything into like a killing machine. So basically, you all will think, oh, Robot Boy looks very cute and all. What could possibly do? Piss him off, and then what happens? He transformed into this adult version of himself, and he can basically destroy everything. He can turn his hands into chainsaws Sorry, he can turn his ass into saw blades. He can turn his hands into fucking flamethrowers. He can turn his legs, his feet into roller skates. He can do anything. He's pretty much a god at this point. Like a really powerful god robot. So that's what it is. Samurai Jack. I remember Samurai Jack. Oh, that brings a lot of memories. I remember Samurai Jack. I thought Samurai Jack, I really liked the art style. I really liked the action of it too. I remember. Do you guys remember Samurai Jack? I remember Samurai Jack. That was really interesting. In fact, a lot of people really like Samurai Jack. That was so interesting. But I don't remember why I liked Samurai Jack so much. Remind me again, what made Samurai Jack so special in comparison to other cartoons? Was it the action animation that Samurai Jack had? Or was it like the in-depth story about the character himself? Or was it like the villains? I don't remember what made Samurai Jack so special. I really don't remember. I think maybe it was the voice acting. I think voice acting was pretty damn cool in Samurai Jack. But I don't remember much about Samurai Jack, to be honest. I believe so, and it had one of the best plot twists ever. Oh, really? That's interesting. I remember I watched Samurai Jack a long time, but I just don't know why I couldn't get myself into it, to be completely honest with you. I think it's because when I was young, I didn't really care much about animation and stuff like that. I just really enjoyed things that made me laugh when I was young, which is pretty reasonable. But I never watched Samurai Jack when I was a bit older, so I never knew what actually motivated people to watch it. But I kind of want to watch most of these cartoons just for memory lane, you know, and just familiarizing myself with some cartoons I used to watch, just for the memory's sake, because I really liked most of these cartoons I used to watch, and it's pretty cool. But I don't think I can vote on Samurai Jack because I don't remember Samurai Jack much. Okay, this I definitely remember watching, and this I really enjoyed. This was the kind of Scooby-Doo cartoon that I really enjoyed. Although, I'm going to be quite frank with all of you. I think the best Scooby-Doo series was the original. Like, you guys remember the actual original song of Scooby-Doo? That was the number one awesome Scooby-Doo, in my opinion. It had really great story, really creepy episodes, and the intro music was really freaking good, man. It was really good. And also the memes they had for Scooby-Doo. The old first Scooby-Doo movie or series or whatever they had. It was great. It was meme-worthy. Scooby-Doo back in the days. That's how good it was. And to be fair, they did improve it a lot, but the first Scooby-Doo was fucking awesome, man. I loved watching Scooby-Doo so goddamn much. This I have no idea what this is. This I have no idea. Cheap the Big City. I've never watched that, sadly enough. This I never watched it. Okay. So, here's a fun fact about this. I didn't watch this when I was young, but I actually watched it like last year. And I have to say one thing. I thought Sonic Boom was actually pretty interesting because most of it had really comedic moments in this series. I thought it was pretty cool. I thought the characters were fun. I thought the voice acting was pretty good. And the story was great. And I loved a lot of things about Sonic Boom. I really loved everything about Sonic Boom. It was really good. And the animation wasn't crazy mind-blowing, I'm gonna be honest with you, but it was pretty freaking good. So I would give this an A tier because I really, really liked Sonic Boom. In fact, I watched a lot of episodes of it and I really enjoyed it. I loved certain plot twists of it. I liked certain moments they had with Dr. Eggman and the team. It was pretty goddamn good. I really enjoyed it. Big Ghost. Never watched it. Oh, I remember this. I remember Squirrel Boy. Dude, that brings so much memories. How the hell did I not remember about Squirrel Boy? I think the problem with Squirrel Boy, I think I watched it for a little bit, but then I didn't even... I thought it was pretty cute and pretty hilarious, but I don't know why I stopped watching Squirrel Boy. That is so fascinating. I really don't remember. I don't know why. I think I watched it for a few episodes and I just got bored of it. I don't know. I kind of liked for the most part, but I don't remember. I don't remember, to be honest, much about it. This I never watched. I never watched any of the Star Wars cartoons, so to tell you the truth, I'm not really big on Star Wars fans, no disrespect or anything. Like, I like Star Wars, I do like, but I've never watched any of the Star Wars cartoons. I didn't really find it into them. I really never watched I was never really into Star Wars. But I think it's because I never got used to watching Star Wars when I was young. And to tell you the truth, I did watch, like, a long time ago. I remember I talked to Husky and some people, recommended me which Star Wars movies I should watch, and I watched I think the classic Star Wars films, and I really liked them, to be honest with you. But I never really got into the games, unless it is the Fallen Order, which is the Souls-like Star Wars game. But other than that, I really didn't get much into the Star Wars games. I'm going to be completely frank with you guys. So, never watched this, so I'm really saying, hey, and here it is, the one that a lot of people talk about, Clone Wars. Again, you guys are going to hate me for this because I never watched Star Wars, so I can't really say anything about Clone Wars. To be honest with you, I don't know the story. I don't know what makes it so good. A lot of people seem to really like it, judging by the votes. But I never, ever, ever watched Clone Wars. Because I never watched Star Wars. So I don't know what to feel about Clone Wars. I'm going to be honest. I really don't know. That is, in fact, canon to the Star Wars universe, although it's a long show. Yeah, and that's the thing. I think the problem with shows like this, when they get dragged out for so long and so many seasons, when I was young, I just never had the patience to watch shows like that. So I really wasn't that much into, because I didn't watch Star Wars when I was young, so I wasn't really much into Star Wars, sadly. So I as much as people really love Clone Wars, I can't really say anything because I didn't watch it. And I never watched Star Wars, so that's just crazy. Kenobi! Wait, wrong show. You guys really know about Star Wars, but sadly, unfortunately, I'm not a like, I know about Star Wars and I like about Star Wars, but like, I'm not a huge nerd or a huge passionate when it comes to Star Wars. That's just me, though. This is dude, guys, let's be real. Steven's universe was fantastic. It was the kind of cartoon where magical scenarios, you get to see these powerful characters just fusing each other, becoming like freaking Transformers, some shit. They get controlled over some things and they turn evil. They have these really awesome powers. Steven just being a goofster. Trying to keep people happy and being adorable. I really loved the randomness of this show. It was actually pretty interesting when I watched it. To be fair, most of it I didn't understand because it was just random moments happening in the Steven universe. But I thought it was a pretty intriguing show to watch, to be completely honest. This one I never watched. Stormhawks, never watched it. Never watched it. Never watched it. Never watched it. I've heard about it, but never watched it. Okay. This is gonna get very interesting to talk about. So, first things first, I want to make it clear. Teen Titans, not Teen Titans Go. The actual Teen Titans, way better than Teen Titans Go. Teen Titans Go, comparison to the actual Teen Titans, it sucks. However, the thing I really liked about Teen Titans Go is the comedic side of it. I thought the animations were cute. I thought the whole scenarios about certain things was comedic based. So most of this random episodes you see in Teen Titans Go was all driven for a comedic point of view. So you see all these random episodes happening to generate a laugh or a comedic stunt to pretty much just have fun with the characters that people know. Of course, they are so different in comparison to the actual Teen Titans show, which was much darker and much more action-packed. However, when it comes to comedic point of view, I really enjoy Teen Titans Go, just for the comedic alone. However, it is super different to the actual Teen Titans series, but I really enjoy Teen Titans Go. I thought it was funny. I thought most of the episodes were like stupid funny, which works out for them. So I really liked that. I liked the certain points of it wasn't the best, but it was good enough that made you laugh. So I was gonna give it an S tier, but then I was like, it made me laugh, but not crazy. So I guess it was good. Okay, this is definitely not even going to talk about it. Definitely S tier. Definitely S tier. There was like 203 votes on Teen Titans. Definitely an S tier, man. What I liked about Teen Titans is the dark, awesome plot twist that the episodes had. It had really incredible action sequence, great animation, great story, a dark story as well, and I loved every freaking single moment of Teen Titans. Every episode I watched, I loved it. This I never watched, Thundercats. Dude, I never... What was so great about Thundercats? Can anyone explain to me what made this good? Because a lot of people seem like, judging by the votes, a lot of people don't know this. What made Thundercats so good? Is Thundercats underrated? What do you think? What is so good about Thundercats? I've never watched about Thundercats. Well, like, what is this show? I've never... You know about Thundercats, any? What made Thundercats so good? I'm curious. It's an old animation. I would probably enjoy it because I love the old animation much more than most of the other newer generation and all. It was about cats being born from thunder. That sounds like a cute and pretty much... It gives me like... I don't know, it gives me like mythology vibes for some whatever reason. You know, like, you know what kind of gives me vibes by you guys mentioning what Froggo said? It kind of gives me like Shazam vibes. Like, you know, like you all of a sudden you're just walking as a normal human. The next thing you just shout, Shazam! Lightning strikes you and you transform into this being. Why do I got a feeling this cartoon has something resembling that? Like, all of a sudden you just have these normal-ass cats that get struck by lightning and they transform into these super beings or super cats, which is kind of interesting, to say the least. If that's how the show is, I kind of want to watch this and see what kind of a cartoon was this. Oh yeah, the opening I really would like to know as well. Interesting. I never watched this. I really want to watch it now, just for the sake of it. Okay, this I have no idea what the hell this is. Pig and Sneak, no clue about it. I don't remember. This I've heard about it, but I don't remember as much. I don't know if I liked it or not. I don't know if it was comedic based mostly. What I will say is I definitely remember this character right here. This character I remember. These guys, I have no bloody clue who they are. But I remember seeing this seeing this character in a cartoon show already. I just don't know who he is, though. So I can't really say about this cartoon. Okay, this I've seen somewhere. Wait a minute. I remember this cartoon. Wasn't this cartoon... Wait a minute. I remember these characters. There was a game show that I remember watching where they were present there. What was that game show called? Oh yeah, it was called Splatoony. I remember that. That was called Splatoony. I'm not sure if you guys remember Splatoony. Do you guys know Splatoony? Like the cartoon game show, like real life kids versus cartoon characters. You guys remember Splatoony? Oh my god, Splatoony was such a freaking awesome series. It was so good, man. It was basically a game show cartoon where it was very basic. It was nothing special. But what I liked about it is the moments where there's these game shows happening, and when I liked the part where they played basically a game about guessing the country wearing the hats. So for example, you say Mexico, you say which country is like, for example, wear the hat which basically represents that you know about this specific thing which is from this country. And if you know that this item is in Mexico, you just click the buzzer, you wear the I believe it was the sombrero hat if I'm not mistaken, and you guess the answer with the right hat. It was pretty cool. There was also a really fun game show in that cartoon where you get this robot monitor, and every time you guess the correct answer, you have to pick a number from 1 to 40, and they all had their own things. Like, most of them would be punishments, most of them would be benefits. So for example, you pick number 2, and then the robot goes, slime goo by the worst dirty pig. So he basically slimes you with something so disgusting in that cartoon, and he starts describing it in the most disgusting way. Like, for example, he throws dirt at you, but it's not just any dirt. He will tell you, oh, it's a dirt made from the dirt pies that I made when I was a tiny robot, or some stupid shit like that. It was a game show, it was a comedy show, but it was really funny. And one of these characters, they were part of that game show. Although I never watched this. Can you guys tell me what was so good about this cartoon? A lot of people they voted that it was the best. What made this cartoon so well? I'm very curious. I've heard about this cartoon before, but I've never ever actually watched it. What made this cartoon so good in your opinion? Is it the story? Is it the characters? Is it the plot twist? Did it had a lot of freaking comedy points that a lot of people enjoy? What do y'all? Is it the voice acting, or maybe there were some really famous voice actors that were these characters in the cartoon itself? Because I really don't remember this cartoon, to be honest with you. I know one of the characters because I watched the game show, but never freaking knew about this cartoon, to be fair. This I have no idea. I've never seen it before. This feels like it's the kid version of the one that we voted for. Yeah, this is like the kid version of the one of the, not the previous one, the other one that we just saw. So this is like the kid version of that. So no, never watched it. All right. Okay. I will say for a fact, when I was with my cousins as well, we watched this a lot. Like, it was a very interesting cartoon where, like, they're literally like these like moments where, like, you know, like, I'm trying to explain it in a way. Basically, I believe they were adults or teenagers. I'm not sure if they were teenagers or adults. I'm not sure. Basically, they were having like this girl life about, you know, like, they had a crush on someone. They wanted to impress him. They wanted to be in a relationship. They were competitive about other like girls, and they wanted to pretty much achieve stuff and all that. I remember there was also a bully in that cartoon where there was this girl that she was so popular and attractive in high school that she always tried to bully these 3 girls into, you know, always pulling pranks on them, making them look like a goofsters. And pretty much it was about them having a secret life about being a spy, at the same time having this like teenager life in high school, or I don't know, or whatever school they used to go. But pretty much their duty was, it's like Kim Possible. Like, pretty much their duty was, they go to school, they learn about school, they hang out with their friends, and then when something happens, they become spies and they do their duties. It's pretty much similar to Kim Possible, except it was much different. So, to tell you the truth, I kind of liked it because it was pretty freaking awesome. I think it was pretty interesting in terms of story, and I know my cousins really liked it. We watched this together, and it was pretty interesting. I would put it this as a B tier, because I liked that kind of like spy. I liked spy cartoons, you know what I mean? and I really loved it. I loved knowing about their teenage or adult life, you know, like having their own, you know, like girl experiences that they had, you know, wishes, determination, you know, going out there, buying makeup, dresses, so on and so forth. It was pretty interesting. There was this whole thing about one of them having a crush on someone, and they always tried their best to impress, or maybe they have a fight over it because they're like, oh no, he's my man. He's not your man. He's my man. And they always like fight around. They always fight with each other because they always try to compete with each other. Who's going to get this like male? It's like, it was pretty funny because it had most of those episodes being like comedy stunt. So it's like the, I don't know. I wouldn't really call it the typical teenage life. I guess it was just a rare teenage moment, I guess. I don't know. But it was pretty funny, and I really enjoyed it. So, this, I've never watched it, to be honest with you, so I don't really know much about this. This I really loved. Oh, man. Dude, this I really loved. This is definitely an S tier. Uncle Grandpa, you guys don't know this, but Uncle Grandpa just had some random shit going on in that cartoon. All of a sudden, you're just seeing just Grandpa with his magical freaking backpack, rainbows, just freaking random shit. You see these real life photoshopped freaking animals happening in the cartoon. You see an actual tiger that it's like somebody cropped it out of a photo and stick it in Photoshop and just put it in a film or cartoon or series, whatever. It was pretty random, kind of like regular show, except it didn't have the comedic points like regular show. But it was pretty damn funny. It was so random. It was so weird. But it was the kind of show that makes you laugh. So it was great. However, I'm not giving it an S tier because regular show was way better than Uncle Grandpa. So, yeah. This, I really think it was actually nice. I thought Unikitty was actually a very interesting cartoon. For anyone who really liked cute cartoons, this was definitely one of them. I will tell you that for sure. I thought the adventure was, it wasn't that crazy. I'm gonna be honest. It was a cute cartoon, but not that crazy. You know, it was okay. But I don't think I really watched this much when I was young. I think the most cartoon I really watched was Ben 10 and Scooby-Doo, Courage, Ed and Eddie, definitely Teen Titans, and regular show. Definitely watched those most. Unikitty, I didn't really watch that much, so I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't the best. I thought it was cute, but nah, it wasn't great in my opinion, so I just stopped watching it. Like, cute on its own just wasn't enough for me to watch a cartoon. Like, when I was young, I just wanted something that makes me laugh and something that looks good. If it's something that looks cute, but it doesn't make me laugh or has this, like, action and all, I just wouldn't like watching it. I just wouldn't really enjoy it. This, I never watched it. This, I never watched it. This, I've heard about it, but I've never watched it. And I don't know why a lot of people really like this cartoon. I think it was more like a random, funny bear cartoon that a lot of people really enjoyed. Although, I never watched it, to be completely honest. So, I don't know about We Bare Bears. What was so good about it. So, I can't really say much. What a cartoon, I've never watched it, so I have no idea if it was good or not. Robot Jones. Wait, Robot Jones. I've heard about this, but these cartoons, I've heard about it when I was young, but I never got around to watching them. Or maybe I did watch them and just never remember till this day, because I watched a lot of cartoons, and most of them I just got sick and tired of them. Some of them I just was so obsessed. Like, regular show, I was very obsessed. But most of them I didn't even remember watching them, so I don't really know if I watched this or not, to be honest. Okay, this right here is what I'm talking about. What's New Scooby-Doo was the one that I was talking about. So, what I really liked about Scooby-Doo so much, for those of you who don't know, What's New Scooby-Doo had one of the most catchy openings that you can always sing, even till this day. If you're a grown-up and you go back to watching that cartoon, the opening is super freaking addicting to sing. It was amazing. And this, What's New Scooby-Doo, was actually had the best freaking opening that I really enjoyed in the Scooby-Doo series. Even the animation was freaking good, let alone the opening and the episodes. So I would definitely give this an S tier. I really enjoyed that. Okay, this one I really enjoyed as well. The Shaolin Showdown, for those of you who don't know what cartoon this was. So basically this was, I think, a bunch of teenagers. They were training to be Kung Fu masters or Kung Fu whatever warriors. And basically, they would end up going on missions, finding these artifacts, and whenever whenever a villain and a hero grabs the artifact at the same time, they would initiate a game that will settle the score on who gets the artifact. So, for example, if these two touch the artifact, they will settle a game that whoever wins in a fight or something like a balance. It basically like these really high ninja games where you get to balance yourself. Or they were really cool and really fantastic animation, and I really enjoyed watching them. It had like really cool funny moments as well, great action. It was pretty good. I really enjoyed watching Shaolin Showdown with the artifacts and all that. So yeah, this one I never watched. This one I have no idea. Okay. Oh boy, about that. So, before I say anything, how many of you know about Annoying Orange? How many of you know? By the way, I didn't even know Annoying Orange had cartoons or any. I don't think Annoying Orange had cartoons. I know Annoying Orange is definitely hella popular on YouTube. That's for sure. But how many of you know Annoying Orange? You guys know Annoying Orange? Annoying Orange is just one of those really stupid comedy, like, weirdly edited faces on fruits that make these really stupid, repetitive jokes just for the comedy side. It was okay. It was nothing special, in my opinion, but it was enough to make you laugh on some stupid shit. So, I guess I was decent. It wasn't not the best, but it was fun to watch. This one I've never watched it. This one I never watched it. This one I thought it was really fucking good. This Batman animated series, I thought it was pretty damn interesting when I watched it. So I really enjoyed that. This one I never watched. Superman. This one I never watched it either. This one I never watched it either. This one I didn't even know there was a cartoon about this, to be completely honest. I watched the movie about these bears, the Yogi Bears. I believe they were called Yogi Bears or something. Basically, it was about a story about them stealing picnic baskets in a forest, because basically they're just not any ordinary bears. They don't catch fish. They just steal picnic baskets and take all the food from other people. So it was very weird, but I never knew there was a cartoon. And quite frankly, I don't think it was the kind of cartoon I would watch, because I kind of like the movies much more than the cartoons. So yeah. What? Wait, fungies? I never What the hell is a fungi? I never watched fungi before. Never watched fungi. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I watched Steven Universe, but I never watched Steven Universe Future. So this was like, I guess, the part where they obviously became older. Obviously, because, I mean, it's in the name. But I don't know if I really would enjoy this more, or would have I enjoyed this one in particular. I think I would probably enjoy this one more, personally. But I really don't. I think this was more like the teenage life-ish moments happening, but I don't know. I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much as this one, to be completely honest with y'all. So these I didn't watch. Oh yeah, and these will go back to. So pretty much most of them I skipped because I just had no idea about them, to be honest. But for the most part, I put some really good solid S tiers. Ben 10, Gumball, Adventure Time. Obviously, regular show. Where is it? There you go. Regular show, easy freaking shit. Robot Boy was freaking awesome. Ed and Eddie is just overall phenomenal. So yeah, pretty much we did some tier list. We didn't get a chance to pretty much talk to many other VTubers out there, which is completely fine. I still had fun and we still bought some time by talking about other stuff. Unfortunately, we didn't get lucky to meet new people, so I think I might have to start from now on rescheduling on pretty much some new days that I will start hosting the Vupechat thingy, because we didn't get a chance to meet new people, unfortunately. So I gotta have to shift things to a different date and see from there. But I still had fun, so hopefully you guys still enjoyed it. So huge thank you to all the people out there for your time. And yeah, you guys are awesome. Seriously, thank you so much for your time. And yeah, we're gonna end it here. So guys, we're gonna go ahead and raid someone. So let's go ahead and raid someone. And thanks again, everybody, for watching the tier list and having a great time, hopefully chatting with me and overall just vibing. And also talking about cartoon, bringing some nostalgia-ish vibes to us. So hopefully y'all enjoyed that. And now we are going to go ahead and find someone to raid. And I think I know exactly who I'm going to raid. I'm going to raid someone who has their birthday today. So I'm definitely going to definitely raid the lovely Sunny Eggs D, doing the birdathon, also known as the birthday subathon. And yeah, go wish the lovely Sunny an awesome birthday. So thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you guys for the vibe. Thank you for being awesome people. And I'll see you guys on the weekends for some community nights. So yeah, take care. Have a good one, guys. Thank you so much for being here. And I'll see you all next time for some more awesome adventures on the Sanctuary. Take care, guys. Thank you for your time. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye. Good night, everybody.